The limited auto workers strike currently impacting 3 factories could expand come Friday. UAW President Shawn Fain releasing a video statement to that effect.
If we don't make serious progress by noon on Friday, September 22nd, more locals will be called on to stand up and join the strike. That will mark more than a week since our first members walked out. And that will mark more than a week of the Big Three failing to make progress in negotiations toward reaching a deal that does right by our members.
Day 5 of the walkout targeting Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis. No word of any progress in yesterday's latest round of talks. President Biden addresses the UN General Assembly in New York today. Meanwhile, Ukraine's president and Russia's top diplomat could cross paths this week at the UN.
Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky suggested on Monday the world body needs to answer for allowing his country's invader a seat at the tables of power. Zelensky is due to address world leaders at the UN General Assembly on Tuesday, then speak Wednesday at a UN Security Council meeting about Ukraine. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov also is expected at that council meeting. Zelensky says if there's still a place for Russia in the UN, that's a question to all the members. He spoke while visiting injured Ukrainian military members at New York's Staten Island University Hospital. I'm Charles Dillodesma.
The 5 Americans released by Iran in exchange for 5 Iranians held by the U.S. are now back in the U.S. The prisoner swap saw the Biden administration release $6 billion in previously frozen Iranian assets. On Wall Street, Dow futures down 23 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated price competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-514-9771. That's 800-514-9771. 800-514-9771. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
India has expelled a senior Canadian diplomat after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau suggested that Delhi may have been involved in the murder of a Sikh separatist leader.
So Hardeep Singh Nijjar was shot dead on the 18th of June by 2 masked gunmen outside a Sikh temple in the Canadian province of British Columbia. He was a prominent Sikh leader and he publicly campaigned for a separate homeland for Sikhs in the Punjab region of India. Now that's the reason why India had issues with him, with everyone who's a part of this movement called as the Khalistan movement, which is campaigning for the separate homeland. India sees it as a challenge to its territorial integrity and its sovereignty.
The BBC's Yogita Lamaye. Jailed Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich has appeared in court in Moscow, appealing his arrest on spy charges. News and analysis, townhall.com. States with some of the meanest drivers, the survey says.
Arizona has the most violent and aggressive drivers in the U.S., according to a new survey from Forbes Advisor. It polled 200 drivers from every state in the nation. Topics included being forced off the road, being cursed at, and being involved in a fight outside the vehicle. Following Arizona in first place in the nation was Rhode Island, West Virginia, and Oklahoma. Tasha Stevens reporting.
A missing F-35 fighter jet that vanished after its pilot ejected safely has been found. The plane's debris located in rural South Carolina. The Marine Corps is in charge of recovering the wreckage. It was discovered in Williamsburg County. It's about 2 hours northeast of Joint Base Charleston. And now the investigation of the fighter jet crash gets underway. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What? in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Mm-hmm. Welcome to it.
Second day of the rest of your life.
Yeah, the Tuesday day. It's going to be a nice one today. Well,
it is.
Nice and hot. I guess you like that.
I mean, you could have just given us a couple of seconds of hope.
Well, this is for all you fans of the hot. This is your last hurrah before we settle in for...
I think tomorrow is the first day of fall.
Ah, is it?
I think so. It's either the 20th or the 21st.
We'll see. And then on Wednesday, we're dropping down to a balmy 95.
Oh.
So, but there's a 30% chance of rain on Thursday. So
first day of fall. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I was way off. September 23rd.
Oh,
so we have to wait until the end of the week.
Ah, so we're still in the summer.
Yep.
Summertime. But his might be your last hurrah.
Summertime where the living easy.
Yes, your last hurrah.
Yes.
Which I could deal with. You know what? 97 ain't so bad. We had like 1-0 Otten.
Oh yeah, no, I will gladly accept 97. I rocked a hoodie all the way up until about noon yesterday. And then it was unbearable at one point. But
yeah, at one point you're like, all right, this is like a sweat box. I'm sitting.
It was nice for a second, but man, I got old.
Yeah, I could imagine that would get a little toasty after a while.
I'm just eager. I'm eager for hoodie season, for long sleeve t-shirt season, for
almost
a change of pace.
Like your nights, you can drop them on then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just the days will be coming.
Yeah.
I could see the light at the tunnel there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there. And it's got a long sleeve t-shirt on.
And it's sipping on something warm.
That's right. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So my fantasy football has gone south. I'm week 2 and I'm officially out of the contention.
You've had 2 weeks of the Mondays, essentially. Because last week, for those who don't know, Mike's starting quarterback, the first person he drafted in his fantasy.
Well, it wasn't the first person, but he was my starting quarterback.
Your starting quarterback. One Aaron P. Rodgers.
Yes.
Who decided to have a Kotex ankle, fourth play of the game.
Yes.
Just
and like me this weekend, he was watching the games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So, but good news.
He double checked himself out of the season.
Yeah. Good news. I did win. I beat Thomas 142-99. So I got the win.
Okay.
Quite possibly my only win of the season. I don't see another one. I don't see another one coming in the near future. So as Sean had mentioned, week 1, I revitalized my quarterback Dunsky. So.
The hopes for the season. You're so optimistic at the start of the season. You're like, it's going to be a great year, boys.
But I'm like, all right, you know what? I got Derek Carr. By the way, got me a whopping 3.72 points this week.
Dang it!
I was like, it'll be all right.
Who's your backup?
Garoppolo, who got me 11. Actually.
Oh wow!
But just by comparison, Thomas has Joe Burrow, who only got him a paltry 20, which is kind of low for him. And then his backup is Jared Goff, who got him 27.
Where is Jimmy G now? Yeah. Is he with the Broncos?
He's with the Raiders.
The Raiders. I knew he got traded out from the Niners.
He's in the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay. All right.
So, but wait, there's more. So I quarterback is no bueno now. Well, this weekend, we all might have been watching some football over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
My other two running backs, I have three decent running backs.
Okay.
Brian Robinson for Washington.
Sure.
Who kicked buttocks this weekend and got me 26 points.
Nice.
That's the reason I'm probably beating Tomas.
He was your clutch player.
My other two running backs, Saquon Barkley, who did amazing this weekend, got 21 points.
Ooh.
However, messed up his ankle. He's out for at least the Thursday game, and who knows, maybe after that.
Come on.
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
My other starting running back. One Nick Chubb of the Cleveland Browns, who just blew out his knee last night in his 6-point effort to be done for the year.
So he was a premature Chubb.
So, by the way, I think Aaron was my 4th or 5th round pick.
Uh-huh.
Nick Chubb was my 2nd round pick. Saquon Barkley was my 1st round pick. They're all gone ski right now.
It's not looking hot for you this season.
At least I might get Saquon back. Now, some would argue with Saquon, he's hurt a lot. He is. But he had a solid year last year, and the Giants, quite frankly, have nothing else but him. So I figured, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, come on. Everyone's drank that Kool-Aid. Don't act like you didn't.
What a bummer that is for you. For me, it's delightful.
So needless to say, I will be scouring the waiver wires the next day or so to procure some kind of replacements there.
Scoop up some late draft picks.
Maybe I can work some trade magic. Hey, maybe I get one of Thompson's QBs. He's got Goff sit on the bench.
Yeah, but you're going to have to bring your A game and trade.
What do I got?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What do you got?
I got some broke.
What do you got that's worth a Goff?
I got something. I got a little something.
All right.
Yeah, I got a little something.
I'll trade you my powdered eggs for your prunes.
I got some magic beans.
Trade you this fruit by the foot for your Pop-Tart.
That's right. Were you one of the ones, speaking of trading, would you go sweet for savory? If someone was going to give you ho-hos or something, would you trade a sandwich for it?
It depends.
Okay.
It really depends on, number one, what I have to offer and how much I want the thing I have.
Right.
If I'm super into if I'm eating a sloppy Joe or something like that, how I like it with the mustard on top, and somebody comes up and is like, "Hey, I'll trade you this pack of snowballs for your sloppy Joe." I'm sorry, it's no go.
Gotcha. I get you.
It depends.
But I knew people that would. They drop. Because I cleaned up like that. I got so many steak and cheese sandwiches because I was willing to give up tater tots.
I'd trade my mother for a whatchamacallit back in elementary school.
Or when they had a big cookie day. I'm like, I'll give you the big cookie for one of those little steak and cheese jobbers. Yeah, I traded that up all day.
The square pizza. I'll totally trade you my dessert for your square pizza.
Yeah, the Jell-O. There was always one or two that were weird like that. You're gonna give up the pizza? What's wrong with you, bro?
I was actually talking about this over the weekend. In my high school, we had two distinct lunch areas. There was the cafeteria for folks like me who were, on the school lunch plan. You had reduced lunch or, free lunch, whatever.
Right.
And that's down here. And the way over here was the commons area. This is where all the cool kids went and ate. They had Arby's and Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
they had
way cooler than I did.
Yeah, it was cool. We were closed campus, so they brought it to us. But
we were closed campus too.
All the cool kids ate in the commons area with the Arby's sandwiches and stuff. And us ghetto kids were down here at the they did this on purpose. The way other end of the school is the cafeteria. It's you are clearly separating us.
Right.
This is classism.
We were a closed campus too, but all we had was a cafeteria. That was it. They had a snack line.
I was going to say, did you have a snack bar thing?
Yeah, and that's where I got those cheesesteaks in the bag. It was a sack lunch bag of cheesesteaks, chips, and a fruit cup.
I like that they know their demo. They're yeah, they're going to want some cheesesteaks.
I should correct myself. Steak and cheese. They eat cheesesteaks. My apologies. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. Here in just a few minutes, we're going to have Christina Arnold, City Councilor for Ward 1, join us, and Abraham Chaparro, who is Director of Sanitation for the City of Roswell. So we'll talk sanitation.
Cleaning up.
Yeah, talk how the maybe how the sausage made not the best.
I don't know if that's the best analogy.
How they work, how things work.
Let's talk about how the sanitation sausage gets made.
Yeah,
Let's not.
Maybe I ought to rephrase my turn of phrase there. How they operate.
There you go. I don't want to know how that sausage gets made.
The sausage is gross. It's in the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15. We're going to replay our interview with Elliot Rodriguez from Lemon Depot. He joined us yesterday, as he does each and every month, talks sage advice for home ownership and things like that.
I wait for it.
What's that?
I wait for the word sage.
I love sage.
I know, I do too, but I wait for, you have certain turns of phrase for certain people. It's Matt Bristol and Elliot Rodriguez always bring sage advice.
Well, that's what they do.
I know.
Speaking of sage advice, my Matt Bristol interview, I'm going to play in the 9
Look
o'clock
at you.
hour. So it's just sage-erific.
We're just saging up. The spirits are clear.
It's
this
sage.
house is clear.
Sage Sentinel.
That's great.
Yeah, speaking of that, rarely does my wife viscerally react to movie trailers and things. But you've seen this Exorcist reboot that they're showing ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Every time that commercial comes on, my wife cringes and every
Really?
thing. I've never seen her act like that. But this Exorcist reboot movie trailer they keep showing, she cringes every time. It's come on a half dozen times the last couple days.
I am curious about this new one because I don't like gore horror.
Yeah.
I like psychological horror.
This
I
looks
like
like it has a little
mind-
bit of both.
Yeah, I like the movies that mess with your mind a little bit. Those are fun.
Yeah.
I don't need to see your blood and guts.
You know what movie I really, really like that I think people kind of give me crap about in that world of movies? Because I'm not a big fan of that genre per se.
Right.
But there's a couple movies I really, really actually like. And it's the very first Blair Witch movie. The very first one. Not the reboots.
Well,
not them god-awful reboots.
And that's sort of before like found footage was a thing. So it was sort of like a new genre.
It was so... Yeah, because it really was emulated and mocked after, so it got cheesed up. But when it came out and for what it was, and if you went to watch it in the theater, oh, man, pound for pound, that was just a great... You felt creepy after that movie.
Right.
I was like, man, that movie hit all the marks as far as... Because it wasn't even overtly gruesome. You know, it was all like that mind game stuff. A lot of, show the thing in the corner and that's it. And you're just like, whoa. You're not seeing the guts per se. You just imagine it. And they did a real good about it.
I want to say it was The Last House on the Left. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but there was one of those movies that was like that. That didn't have any gore or any like violence, but the whole movie was like anticipation of something is about to happen. And that movie, like just that feeling, like that just nervousness. That's the kind of horror I like.
Yeah.
Horror.
But generally, I'm not a fan of that stuff, so I don't. But
I don't like being uncomfortable. Case in point, the movie Step Brothers. That movie makes me so uncomfortable.
I just laugh with my mouth.
It's
with
funny.
my teeth out with that one.
It's funny, but it just makes me so uncomfortable that these two grown men can be so bad at life.
Well, that's what makes me laugh. I mean, like to me, I can laugh. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm's way more like, what are you thinking to me? Like I just slap my forehead the whole time. Step Brothers, I'm just like, these people are so stupid that I can't. I just let it roll.
I just put myself in that position. It's like if I had a 40-year-old son that acted like this, I would be so uncomfortable.
To be honest, the real messed up people are the parents. They allowed this to even happen. That's them. And then you found another one just like you that equally have a... how weird is that? Yeah. That's the part that's hard to swallow.
You should be in therapy, not dating each other.
That's right. Except he's dating his therapist or trying to.
That's true.
All right, it is 7:19. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Maybe a little bit of rain coming up by Thursday, but for now we'll stay sunny and hot. Afternoon highs will be in the upper 90s today and a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear down to a low of 60 and then mid to upper 90s for the afternoon highs on Wednesday, and we get sunshine. For Thursday, an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible. We'll stay in the low 90s, back to sunshine on Friday, mid 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 66 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 58%. Winds currently out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour. Expect a high of 97 today under sunny skies with winds out of the west 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 61. West winds 5 to 15. Wednesday, sunny, 95 for a high. Winds out of the northwest 5 to 10. Thursday, there is a 30% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy and a high of 93. Winds will be out of the west, 5 to 10 early, out of the south, 10 to 15 for the afternoon. Friday, sunny and 96. And then glancing at the weekend, mostly sunny and 91 for your Saturday. Sunday, mostly sunny, 88 for a high there. And then 80s, upper 80s on Monday when you head back to work next week. All right, it is 7:20. We're going to take a quick 4-minute break, get your Roswell Livestock Report recap with Smiley Wooten, quick break, and then we'll have City Councilor Christina Arnold and Sanitation Department Director Abraham Chaparro. That's up next. Don't go away.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,684 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market, with buyers paying attention to weaned and unweaned cattle, with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week's stocker steers sold steady to 3 lower, heifer mates $3 higher, feeder cattle steers 3 to 5 lower, heifer mates 3 to 5 higher. Packer cows and bulls sold steady. 3 to 400 pound steers $316, $337. 3 to 400 pound heifers $267, $295. 4 to 500 pound steers $275, $316. 4 to 500 pound heifers $238, $267. 5 to 600 pound steers $257, $275. 5 to 600 pound heifers $238, $239. 6 700 pound steers $235, $257. 6 to 700 pound heifers $220, $239. 7 to 800 pound steers $230, $235. 7 to 800 pound heifers $2, $220. Packer cows $105, $120. Canner and cutter cows $85, $95. Packer bulls $115, $132. Feeder bulls $90 to $95. Top half the cow calf pairs $1,500 to $2,500 per pair. Top half the bred cows $1,300 to $1,625 per head. Now remember, this is the top of the market. Prices range down from this according to quality, quantity, condition, and feel. We do appreciate the business. We'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
You've heard of a Four Seasons room, but have you heard of a Four Seasons window? Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing and Windows. It might surprise you to learn many windows are built to handle only the cold or only the heat, but not both. In Southeast New Mexico, one or the other doesn't cut it. That's why Trustmark windows are built to handle our Four Seasons climate, the scorching summers, the bone-chilling winters, and everything in between. Special glass coating blocks extreme UV rays. A stout frame prevents warping from the extreme weather changes. And insulated glass is like putting your home in a giant styrofoam cooler in the winter and keeps cold out and warmth in. And in the summer, it keeps heat out and cool in. For our Four Seasons weather, get Four Seasons windows. Call today for your no-obligation spring window assessment. 575-755-7663 or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Let's face it, guys, we're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, That's aftermath.media.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, City Councilor representing Ward 1, Christina Arnold, with us this morning. Also, Director of Sanitation for the City of Roswell, Abraham Chaparro. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us. And I was trying to explain what we're going to do, and then I was going to say, we're going to talk about how the sausage made the sanitation part. Then I realized that's probably not the best way to describe that.
No one wants sausage. No,
they don't meld together there on that too. But nonetheless, I imagine you're like the offensive lineman if you're a football guy. Because NFL offensive linemen, if they're doing their job, you never hear about them. And I kind of feel like, Abraham, your job's kind of the same way. If no one's complaining, then the job's getting done.
We strive every day. We're kind of in the back shadows. We like to do our job. We're dedicated, and we do the best we can for the city.
Absolutely. That's what people, they want to turn on their water. The water comes on. When they put the trash out the curb, they want to make sure the trash is gone every day. And when the toilet's supposed to flush, they want it to flush. And that's as long as those things are working, and guys like Abraham, they're like, yeah, he's doing a good job.
Yes. Actually, that's kind of been my thought, because I try to imagine the city with, trash not being accurately picked up and no water, and I know that the constituents, those are some of their main concerns, and that's kind of the phone calls that that I get.
Sure.
And that's why I felt that it was important to start bringing people on, because you know how I feel about education. So
Absolutely.
Abraham is awesome at trying to get things covered, and I wanted the world to meet him.
Absolutely. Well, one thing I want to say, Abraham, and this is my own personal experience, and I've had nothing but great experiences with sanitation department.
Nice.
And like, there's been times, like, for instance, the house I live in now, I've been in about 6-7 years now, but when I first moved in there, they kind of told me to take the trash one spot, and it turns out I was supposed to take it to another spot, and of course, called the city. He's like, I didn't know. They're like, no problem. And they send a truck right out. Boom, right away. About a year later, my trash can goes missing. I call them up. Oh, no problem. Boom, right away. I mean, every time I've had something go wrong, sanitation's boom, they're on top of it every single time real quick. Just things happen that's through no fault of anybody. It just kind of happens. But even there was a time where something got picked up late or something, so I came back and got it again. I mean, your staff has, at least in my experience, have gone out of the way to help the public.
Well, as public servant, we take pride in what we do, and then and to no fault of my employees, I'm only as good as my employees. And without the employees that go out there day after day and are dedicated to do their job, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, or it's snowing or raining, we're out there getting it. So,
but there's a good reason why you're seeing them at dark 30 picking up the trash, because they don't want to be out when it's 107 degrees.
Yeah, that's exactly true. And then we can take that into account as well. We want to stay in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
We want to stay out of the traffic. And when you get up in the morning, you want to get to work. We want to be out of the way.
Last thing you want to do is a big trash truck in your way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we take pride in that. And some of the things that we look at too is like bulk trash. We've had issues with bulk trash. So bulk trash, people had a tendency to go out there, throw it in the back, and forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we deal with that every day, and we run those avenues every day. But in cooperation with everybody, working together, working with our counselors, working with our governing body, also working with our residents. Hey, how can we help you alleviate this and help us make our job a lot easier?
Sure,
so we can run more efficient.
Well, and we've had discussions in the past about just certain things in this department, and like like you're saying, it has to be that partnership. The community has to do its part, and what I mean by that kind of stuff is being responsible citizens. Like, if you've got the bins in the alleys and things like that, there's certain rules and things and what you should put in there, and what obviously you shouldn't be leaning stuff on that thing and putting, another big one, which is also very much in sanitation, is weed control in the alley. That's the highways that these trash trucks use to pick up the dumpsters and things. If they're overgrown with weeds and what have you, and they can't see things like gas meters and stuff like that in the alleys because of the weeds, that's not sanitation's fault that happens. It's on us, the citizens, to make sure that we are responsible for our little sections there. So they're going to bust their butt for you guys, but we as a public do have to meet you guys in the middle on some of that stuff.
Yeah, that's actually interesting that you bring that up. So for my birthday this last July, I asked Abraham if I could go do a ride along.
Mm-hmm. You got weird birthday requests.
I know. Well, I'm kind of.
What do you want to do for your birthday? I want to ride in a trash truck.
Well, it was that or fire truck, but
so, I can get that one.
Yeah. Well, no, I do recognize I'm a little bit on the nerdy side on that stuff, but I was very excited. And because I really wanted to see, how, like you said, how the sausage was made. I needed to understand kind of what they go through on a daily basis. And,
sure.
So Norman was awesome. And I learned a whole bunch about, I think I went on a grappler, right?
Yeah, grapple truck.
So yeah, it was actually very fascinating to see what they have to do to get past lines, how difficult it is if you actually put grass, because you can't pick up grass with a grapple.
Yeah.
So, if you're putting that on the ground, there was so much I learned by just actually exposing myself to it. It kind of made me understand a lot more on what, they have to work through.
Sure.
So a lot of the grapple trucks, they help us throughout these vacant lots throughout the city. Also a lot of illegal dumping that we're attacking. We pick up on average about 28 tons a day per grapple truck.
Wow.
Illegal.
And that's all illegal stuff. That's not the stuff for people who are supposed to.
And what we're doing to kind of foreshadow that is, hey, come to the dump. Call us. We have options. We have other options we have to help you.
Residential, it's free for a lot of that stuff.
If you bring your water bill, it's free. Also, if you have a load that's less than 300 pounds, like a small truckload, a small trailer, it's $6.05.
That's dirt cheap.
And we'll work with you. And then if you're doing something bigger, for example, roll-offs, and then also grapple service, you can actually call. We'll go directly to your home. You call for a grapple service. We'll charge you a nominal fee. We'll come out there. We'll service you, and we'll head out that same day.
Wow.
But a lot of the illegal dumping that's where we have a challenge, where we want to educate the people. That's kind of why we're here. Hey, what can we do to help you to curb this? Let's be a good neighbor. Let's help each other out.
Make it so simple that you don't have a reason to just dump it illegally in these locations.
Exactly. And we're trying to get that education out there. We have monthly flyers. You see some of our billboards that are out there. Also, you can always call us. You call us, we're going to pick up that phone.
Sure.
We'll talk to you. We'll let you know what's going on, and we'll help you.
Absolutely. And then, of course, throughout the year, particularly in the summer, we're kind of running out. But a lot of times you'll have like the recycle or e-waste events where you'll have the dumpsters travel to different locations and you can drop off trash or e-waste. And
we actually have a service at the landfill. I don't know if anybody knows about it. Like, people are bringing paint.
Okay.
And we'll have a shed full of paint, and you can actually come out here and pick it up for free and take it back to your house.
Okay, so if you need like some paint, and
I didn't know that.
That's pretty cool.
We have a variety of paints.
Oh, you artists out there, especially if you're looking to do because I imagine it's probably hard to get one color, but if you're trying to do something kind of creative,
yes, we have a lot. We have a shed full of colors. We hold them for a certain amount of time. And residents, so you want to come up, pick them up, you can have them for free and take them out. We also have free mulch as well.
Yeah, the mulch thing I knew about. Y'all need to take advantage of that
really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you bring like your Christmas trees and stuff, and they mulch all up, and then there's a pile of mulch sitting there that you just got to back your vehicle up and load it up and take it with you.
Yeah, we'll actually load it up for you, and we'll help you out.
Oh, there you go. You won't even have to do it yourself.
So I think the biggest message we want to put across is illegal dumping. Let's work together. Let us know what can we do, how can we help the community, and curb that.
Where's I'm sure there's a few hot spots. What are some of the troublesome areas that you guys are kind of?
We have a lot of it is on the west side of town, on the northwest side. I won't be more specific. And also on the east side as well, and also a lot of vacant lots. People don't understand if you own that vacant lot and there's illegal dumping in there, you're responsible for that illegal dumping.
Well, and I imagine junk begats junk. You know what I mean? And so if there's already like a starting of something that looks kind of nasty there, people are just going to be like, oh, that looks like a good spot.
Have you worked at a sanitation department before? You're actually right. You'll see a couple of bags.
Yeah.
You'll see a refrigerator. Then you'll see a bed.
Yeah.
Then you'll see a full house. You're exactly right. And those are the things kind of we chase. And we have a really good grapple team. We have a good grapple supervisor. He's very familiar with the city. We know the hot spots.
Gotcha.
And we work in conjunction with code enforcement. Hey, let's monitor this area. Let's keep eyes on it. Let's educate the neighbors. Hey, let us know if something's going on. Code enforcement is right next to us, and we'll come out there and we'll educate the neighborhood. Let them know we're here to help you. We want to educate first and foremost. That's
absolutely. Well, and we all know this is, when it comes to public safety and health and things like this, the sanitation department really is the first line of defense there on this kind of stuff, and if it can't do its job, then it leads to the other elements falling off too. I mean, you know, let's face it, where the trash is, the crime's not far behind. You know what I mean? And this is what we're saying. So if you're trying to eliminate some of these other kind of ant problems that are in your neighborhood, start by cleaning up the trash. That might be the first step in taking it into where, you know, it's no different than humans. When you get dressed up for a fancy dinner, you kind of act a certain way. You get in your sweats and stuff, you act a different way. It's no different if you're in a neighborhood that's really nice. You're kind of like, well, I'm better not throw that trash on the ground. It's real nice. But if it's a dump, people don't feel so bad about doing it, and that's human beings. So
that actually brings me to I think over the last year working with Grace Frescas on the Chihuahua cleanups.
Which I love that they're the
yes,
whole Chihuahua project.
Absolutely.
And
well, we did a sections in a cycle, and we'll start that cycle again. But what was so amazing about being out there is that when there was an opportunity to clean up, all the people came out. You know, sanitation was there. We had so many departments. It was a really great event. But and then by the next one that you have, people are still coming out, and they understand that it's a process, and they're looking for the opportunity to clean up, because you're exactly right. But it's a community thing. Yes, it's, you know, a government service. We got to take ownership of it. But so that also means educating, because I am not really big on regulating, and he can tell you this, because I've told him, you know, I'm like, I'm not going to write law unless we actually educate. So I would prefer, instead of making things a rule or an ordinance, or I would rather that we take time to come out and say, this is how it works. You need to break your boxes down. Sure. And I wanted him, because breaking boxes down is very important. It takes up a lot of room. Just simply cut them, fold them, and put them in there. So instead of me having to, you know, actually create a law about that, if we as a public just took some time to actually understand the effect that it has on the whole system.
Absolutely. And I would imagine, just because of the way the world we live in now, especially when COVID, it's probably tenfold, because everybody's getting everything shipped
in a box,
Amazon, whatever it is.
We had a significant jump in our
so there's probably 10 times the amount of that going on now than there was, say, 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, and Abraham, if you can kind of explain how the room, you know, what kind of room a box takes up that's not been broken down.
So a lot of that, you're when we call it delivering airspace. We're just delivering an empty space. So if you break that down, you break down 2 or 3 boxes, we'll be able to transport them a lot easier. If you don't break them down, you throw them in a can, they'll actually get stuck in there. And the machine can't unload the garbage. So we got to get down. We got to bring it out so the trash can breaks. We want to make it more efficient. So if we get that help from the community, help us break down the boxes. We'll show you how to break it down and stack it in the container accurately. We'll be able to service you quickly and get out of there quickly.
Is there ever a plan in place or is cardboard recycling not even profitable anymore?
So right now we're having conversations with some agencies in Ruidoso about talking about recycling. Kind of start off kind of baby steps.
Sure.
And collect it at the landfill and then help.
And I know that's not all it's cracked up to be too. Like, you know, we want to recycle, but globally, the way they do and things isn't what, you know what I mean? Like, it's not what we're all thinking.
We're a small community, and it'd be good to generate the significant amount of recyclables that we can actually generate a profit. So
it's pretty good deal. It's kind of, because I'm kind of, you know, it's like, you know, and I see this on these national things, like we do all this recycling, and you're like, well, this is what they really do with something. You're like, well, that's kind of upsetting to hear.
The mayor is actually a big proponent of recycling. He actually talks about recycling all the time because he's very passionate about it.
Yeah.
But I think we're at the phase where we kind of realized, okay, yes, this is a good idea, but at the same time, is it an effective idea?
Yeah.
And I think that in small communities, I think we can actually get together and kind of find out, okay, what can we recycle? What can we do? Like even boxes. And and
I love the kind of like the whole bottle cap thing.
Yes.
I love that he's like,
absolutely.
Here's collect X amount of caps, you get a bench. You know, I love that you can see tangible results from it. I just wish, you know, we could see more of those kinds of things.
So when we get calls, sometimes we'll get calls for metal. A lot of people want to bring metal to us. Well, you know what? We utilize our private partnerships. Hey, go to Roswell Recycle. They'll get that. You know, you'll pick up $20, $30, $40,
Oh,
$50,
absolutely, yeah.
you'll pick up some money from that instead of bringing it to us, and then it goes into we process it as well. But I'd rather help them. But
Absolutely.
having those partnerships locally would really help us out.
This is and this is why people in our industry have to worry about like our antennas getting stolen, because that's the metal's valuable, and that's what he's saying is you've got the metal, go get it. Trust me, people already know this and tried to do this illegally. You've got it legally, do it.
Yeah.
Instead of taking it to landfill, however, go get some money and get $20-$30 of metal out of that thing.
Any kind of diversion we can do will really help us out. Like that, the wood, you'd be surprised how many trees are in Roswell. And people trim trees all the time. So a lot of that diversion right now is about 2% for this landfill. We divert that, we mulch it, we have it ready for you, bring it back. That doesn't go into the landfill, but saves a lot more space for actually trash and garbage.
And exactly, we could have the best gardens in the region because there's enough mulch for everybody.
Yeah. Oh yes, you come in with the trailer, we'll fill you up, we'll send you out.
Yeah, absolutely. So please remember that too when you got your branches or Christmas time, and if you do the real Christmas trees. I know we always hear about drop-offs, and we'll have all of that when that time comes. But that's what ends up with that stuff. It gets mulched and it grows more plants and gardens.
And if you have a question about what you have, some waste, if you can dispose of it properly, or you need some guidance, give us a call. We'll send a supervisor out there. We're out there to educate you. You see our garbage trucks, guys, give them a wave. Tell them thank you for their hard work. And they're educated as well. We train them. We let them know, hey, how do I dispose of this properly? We're here to help you. We have an environmental compliance specialist that can actually come out to your home, too.
And that's the thing is, and this is the part I always try to get, because we live in a world where everyone's out to get you and everything. I was like, no, if you just go into City Hall and ask questions, like if you're for building code enforcement, waste management, water department, any of these things, if you walk in there and just say, here's my situation, talk with them, 99.9% of the time they're going to find you a solution, and you're going to walk out of there with an answer, or a resolution to what you got going on.
A phone number, an email.
Yeah.
I wanted to add two parts to that. So yes, or call me, because that is exactly the attitude that I've seen from the city staff and the sanitation. There is a desire to problem solve, and so I get a lot of calls.
They want you happy too, just as much. I mean, they would love it when you walk in. It's like, hey, I'm here. Because let's face it, people don't go into City Hall unless they got something to complain about.
But I will say this: attitude is everything. Because I kind of want to go back to where you're talking about waving at, sanitation, connecting to the people that are helping us is so important. Sometimes I will be out there driving along, honking and saying, waving at everybody, and I don't think they know who I am. But because I'm always, there's this crazy lady, hey.
We do it enough, the word gets around.
But I'm just saying, when you walk into the city angry, you kind of get a reflection of that. So basically, I think we need to kind of come together and communicating on a level where it's not aggressive, but where it's
everyone's
help.
geared up to go to war, and it's like, you don't have to.
You don't have
just
to,
come in and
you'll
ask.
What result do you expect if you come in angry?
And we do get those phone calls. People are extremely irate, angry. Sometimes we'll just hear them out. Let them vent it out. And then at the end of the solution, you know what? Yeah, what I'll do is I'll actually tell them, give me your address, give me your phone number. I'll see you in about 20 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll go out there, introduce myself, walk the alleys, talk to them. After that, they're like, you know what, Abraham, I apologize for that. Thank you for coming out here. It shows that we care, and it kind of shows the governing body how they actually care, and they're very involved in what we do, and so is City Hall.
But you don't have to be mad. You can be nice to it, and he'll do it too. Because, like I said, when we called, they're like, hey, we forgot. We're very nice, and like, no problem. We'll be right out. So you can be nice too and get the same service.
Yeah, we would appreciate that.
I actually kind of want to segue into this area, because Abraham actually has been a big proponent of getting the Roswell site, organized, trained. His staff is top notch. He just came back from a state training. And so I kind of wanted him to kind of hit on some of he's implementing to help our facility run at a high level. So we're doing really well, and I want.
So there's a couple things to do here. We monitor we do a lot of environmentals and then at the landfill, and then also the efficiency in the process that we process your garbage. So a lot of that going to the state training, we found out that a lot of other cities and small towns are not at the level that we are. So having that attention to training, train your bench. Have your guys training for asbestos, for any kind of hazardous waste, any kind of landfill certifications. it gives them a sense of pride when they come to work, and we deliver that straight to the constituents, straight to the residents, because we're here to serve you as public servants. A lot of our processes, how we compact the trash. The landfill is one component of the other two. So in sanitation, what we do is we pick it up, we transport it, and we store it.
Right.
That's it. That's the gist of what we do. Every single one of those.
You have your collection side and your storage side.
Exactly. So on the storage side, what we want to do is, on the landfill side, my landfill supervisor, Fernando Valdez, what he does, he works in airspace management. So we manage that airspace so we can extend the life of that.
Is he really good at packing the trunk for family vacations?
He is.
That's his skill set.
He's extended that life of that cell for at least another
family trip. He's the guy you want packing the trunk.
I'll just have him come by my house and pack my trunk.
There you go.
So a lot of those processes that we did, we saw the methodology that people did it in the past, and we made those changes, and we didn't make those changes in a silo. We called Santa Fe, we called Albuquerque, we called Carlsbad, we called some of the industry professionals like City of Phoenix. We called Colorado.
Gotcha.
How are you doing it? What are you doing? Show us. Let's work together in cooperation.
If the wheel ain't broke, let's not try to reinvent the wheel. If
and
it's
bring
working.
it, bring it to Roswell and implement it here. Luckily, with Roswell, it's a small community. We can really fine tune it and get it done just right. We just onboarded a Rubicon system that's going to actually help us deliver that customer service of picking up your garbage a lot more efficiently. And we're working on. We have a kickoff meeting coming on Tuesday.
Okay.
Where we're going to show how we're going to pick up the garbage efficiently. So we'll even have a dashboard in your neighborhood where you'll be able to see, hey, when is my trash truck coming?
So it's kind of a choreographed dance on how a lot of that happens.
Exactly. And we have a very specific time frame. And then what makes it happen, what makes it work all the time is the employees. The employees that are out there getting it, waking up early, getting there on time, doing their post trips, going out there, navigating those alleys that are obstacle courses.
Sure.
And getting it done for all of us.
And, say what you want. Every time I see sanitation, they always seem happy and you know what I mean? It kind of, because they always make that as your kid, you don't want to be your garbage man. And it turns out the garbage guys make pretty good money, by the way. But I always say, they look happy. Why do you not want? I feel like, what do you do all day? I said they hang on trucks, or and they look happy and they look. I'm just like.
They're proud of what they do.
Probably a good gig to work at. So I imagine you got a lot of folks that probably been doing it for 20 years. And see, that's kind of the key. When you look at a place and you see you got a lot of folks that have been there for many years, that's a good indicator that that's a good place to work. People don't hang around if it's not a good place.
Well, and since because for me, I think some of the most important roles of government are infrastructure. Sanitation has actually been on the top of, my list. And so I've taken the time to go out and meet with the staff, and I will tell you, it's a good group of, I would say, guys, but we've got some women in there too. It's really awesome. I love it, and they're good with it too.
Top.
How's the employment on that side? Are you guys still hiring in that area?
We just I just seen the list yesterday. We have 4 vacancies on the automated collections.
Okay,
we have 2 more vacancies in the grapple service.
Another great way to get in, and of course, a city job with the benefits and everything.
And fun.
And fun, exactly.
It's a great opportunity. We provide a great retirement. We have good sick leave and vacation as well. And then we foster a culture of come to work positive. We'll help you train. We'll help you get to that next level. We'll help you get to where you need to go. But at the same time, we provide good quality customer service to everybody in the city. That's what we do.
And of course, folks, if you need any assistance in this, don't hesitate to call or go onto the website. And I'm telling you, like I said, and I wasn't blowing smoke when I started the conversation. The 2 or 3 times over the years I've had to call sanitation every single time. On top of it, nice, just and a couple times it was our fault, and they still came out and were just helpful and everything else. And that's been nothing but great things.
Thank you very much. Well, that customer service is just a reflection of the governing body we have, our administrative leadership we have. We're here to support. We want to answer. When you call, we want to be able to answer that phone, and you want to talk to a person.
Absolutely.
That's what we're there for.
Absolutely.
So thank you. I appreciate that.
I just want to remind the community, do your part. Keep those alleys cleared out, for the safety of our own workers, and not just, they hit a gas line in your neighborhood. That's not good for anybody. No. So,
but
do your part.
We're a team in all this.
Yeah.
Roswell, we're a team.
Absolutely.
It's a partnership, and if we want a better community, we have to actually really work together.
We all have
a lot
to
of
do
times
our part.
too, because it's a small community, we work with other departments. If I need assistance in an alley, I'll call the streets department. Hey, can I get some assistance? Hey, we're on it. We're already there. A lot of times they jump on it so quick By the time I call them back, it's already done.
Nice.
So we work with
there
the
is
parks
that.
department.
I imagine there's times too where road department or something needed some trash or something out the way ASAP, and you guys had to go in there,
We're on it.
and
So,
do something unscheduled to get it done.
A lot of the directors and departments, we always communicate with each other. We talk, and then we also communicate with the county as well. County says, Abraham, I need some help for the XYZ. Hey, let me know when and where. We'll be there. We'll help you out.
Good deal.
So we're here to help. And we help the state as well and other communities like Dexter, Hagerman.
The synergy. You got to have it.
Yes.
I would imagine, our landfill sees a lot more than just Roswell stuff,
Oh, yeah.
Because, like everything else, Roswell's the destination place for Southeast New Mexico, including the trash.
Just one more following. Just boat trash. It's a community problem. It's a community issue.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to help. If we get your eyes and ears, help us out. Let us know what's going on. Document what you see. Let us know. We'll work with code enforcement. We'll get out there. We'll educate that neighborhood and say, hey, look.
If you do see the illegal dumping, report it.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them clean it up because it's going to get worse.
You can always follow up on our website. We'll be glad to help you. And then, like I said, we're here to serve. And we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Anytime. And don't forget, illegal dumping begets more illegal dumping. One bag sits there. That's the keys in the lock, so to speak. You just turning it now because guess what? Next day there's going to be 2 bags sitting there.
Yep.
That's just how it works.
Then you see a couch.
And then
you see a couch,
and then
so
a
true.
doghouse, and then refrigerator,
half of a car.
Yeah, not even the good half.
Yeah, and I understand that sometimes people don't know what else to do, but we've got to actually work because that illegal dumping is a huge thing, and most people don't think about it because it's not in an area, but it is happening all over.
Absolutely, and to be honest, it's too easy to fix.
Well,
it's a trip to the landfill that's either free. Depending on if you're residential, you show your water bill, it's not going to cost you anything to dump it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and also if there's people who have stuff that they can't afford to dump, call us. We'll figure out. There's programs out there instead of illegally dumping, but we're going to have the code enforcement. I think that's where we're going to need to start making that a serious focus of this connection where, and we start holding people's feet to the fire on it because you can't.
No one likes that.
Here's the thing that people don't realize: you can actually tell who dumped it, okay, by the information that's in there. So if you think that you can dump it and that it cannot be ever found out, you're wrong. So let's actually call us instead. I'm actually very excited that you brought us, on because I think this is the best way to actually help people understand.
I love it. This is the whole point of the show is to let people live.
So next month I'm wanting to bring the water department on. So
all right,
I know a whole other discussion.
Again, another place. But another one of those things like you turn on the spigot, they're happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if there's no water, you're
then
in
there
trouble.
is hell to pay.
That's a problem. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
for the
you, Abraham.
opportunity.
Thank you and all of your staff for all the hard work and everything they do, and those silent folks that just keep the city running. We're very appreciative of every single one of those individuals. So thank you. Guys.
Thank you very much. And I relay that to my staff. And like I said, I'm only as good as my staff, and they're amazing.
And break down your boxes.
Break down your box.
Love of God. It's not that hard.
Bag your leaves.
And bag your leaves because they're coming soon.
Yes.
It's green now, but in 1 week they're all going to be on the ground. Not next week, but in 1 week.
Because keep in mind, the grapple can't pick up leaves. It just falls right through. So you have to put them in a bag.
No, and you can't let them blow to Texas.
No, maybe we could.
Maybe. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thank you
all
so
right.
much. I appreciate it.
It's 7:53. I just pictured all these texts. Oh, send them on east. It is 7:53. Let's go ahead and get you up to date with local news and quick break. We'll be back.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. An online petition that calls for the removal of a teenager from NMSU has now reached 25,000 signatures. 19-year-old Alexi Treviso remains charged with murder after the discovery of her deceased newborn infant in a bathroom trash can at Artesia General Hospital in January of this year. Organizers of the petition had originally set the goal to 25,000 signatures, but they've now raised that goal to 35,000. The petition, though, has no binding effect on university administration. There is concern over the closure of 6 fire stations in Eddy County, but Fire and Rescue Chief Joshua Mack says the consolidation of assets will have no effect on service to the community. In May of last year, county commissioners approved the creation of a full-time fire department for the county, and that caused most of the rural volunteer fire departments to fold. Max says he's confident that the redistributed staff and apparatus will adequately cover the entire county's needs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Maybe a little bit of rain coming up by Thursday, but for now we'll stay sunny and hot. Afternoon highs will be in the upper 90s today and a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear down to a low of 60 and then mid to upper 90s for the afternoon highs on Wednesday, and we get sunshine. For Thursday, an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible. We'll stay in the low 90s, back to sunshine on Friday, mid 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. We had a good soccer match here in town last night. It was Roswell taking on Organ Mountain, which had not lost a game and still has not lost a game. Roswell took them to the limit, though only falling 1-0 in overtime. The Coyotes are now 6-6 overall. Organ Mountain is 7-0. Roswell next in action at Las Cruces on Thursday. There's a good boys soccer match today. Goddard playing at NMMI. Goddard is 7-4-1. NMMI is 5-2. That game starts at 6 o'clock this evening. Goddard's last outing was a victory against Chaparral 3-1 on Saturday. NMMI defeated Portales 2-1 on Saturday. Girls soccer, it's Goddard against Ruidoso. Goddard's 5-4, Ruidoso 5-2. That's on the Goddard Rockets home turf, 4 o'clock start. And Roswell playing at Lovington tonight at 6. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. stocks drifted in quiet trading Monday as Wall Street made few big moves overall in advance of the Federal Reserve's next meeting on interest rates. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said she saw no signs of the U.S. economy entering a downturn, but warned that failure by Congress to pass legislation to keep the government running would risk slowing momentum in the economy. Yellen said the U.S. labor market also remained strong and inflation was coming down. Macy's said it would hire more than 38,000 full and part-time workers for the upcoming holiday season, fewer than last year, as the U.S. department store gears up for the busy shopping period. Hyundai Motor and a union representing its South Korean workforce sealed a wage deal that will boost annual pay by about 12%, avoiding a strike and production losses at the company's biggest manufacturing base. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
More than 50 million Americans live with chronic pain. If you're experiencing pain that interferes with your daily life, Artesia General Hospital can help. Dr. Casey Della Barca and our compassionate team of providers treat a variety of conditions, including arthritis, back and neck pain, migraines, neuropathy, and more. We offer advanced procedures and comprehensive therapy, and we personalize treatment plans to help you get back to living a quality life. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/pain.
How low? Zero. The Zero Down Touchdown event is on now at Roswell Nissan with Zero Down on a great selection of vehicles like a 2019 Ford F-150 for just $489 a month, 2021 Nissan Versa just $289 a month, or a 2020 Chevy Spark for just $349 a month. And Roswell Nissan is giving away a brand new TV every day September 21st through the 30th at 6 p.m. Then on September 30th, join Roswell Nissan for the chance to win 2 tickets to see the Cowboys take on the Giants from AT&T Stadium. The Zero Down Touchdown event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Do you struggle with acne, eczema, or worry about skin cancer? Research suggests that 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70, but when detected early, 99% of skin cancer cases are curable. At Epiphany Dermatology of Roswell, we place special emphasis on prevention, screening, and treatment, so schedule your annual skin exam by calling us at 575-208-7050 or by visiting our website at epiphanydermatology.com and get checked today. Prevention is key.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we're proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The first toilet being flushed in a motion picture was in the movie Psycho. Mike thought it was Gone with the Wind. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. Closing in on 8 o'clock. Stay tuned. Next hour, we're going to replay our interview with Elliot Rodriguez from Loan Depot. Nook with Asia Market will join us in the 9 o'clock hour. So that's what we got on tap for the rest of the show. Town Hall News will be coming up here in just a few seconds. And we'll be back on the other side of news. Hey, I really don't have time for this. I'll talk about it next hour.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Tama. Exchange for 5 Iranians detained by the U.S., 5 Americans who had been held by Iran are now back home. The prisoner swap also included the release of $6 billion in frozen Iranian assets, and critics say that sets a new bounty for future detainees. President Biden in New York City. He's about to address the United Nations General Assembly.
The president will be closely watched for his comments on Ukraine as well as China and Russia. He's expected to once again rally the world behind Ukraine for the sake of democracy. His speech comes as the White House faces a funding fight with House Republicans. Conservative lawmakers have been pushing for spending cuts, and some are specifically looking to stop money for Ukraine.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston says Ukrainian President Zelensky will also address the General Assembly today and then the Security Council tomorrow. The Marine Corps is recovering the debris of an F-35 fighter jet that crashed in rural South Carolina. And now the investigation of this crash and a couple of other recent ones will kick into high gear.
The Marine Corps F-35 stealth fighter jet crashed Sunday after the pilot ejected and parachuted to safety. The debris field was located in rural Williamsburg County, according to the Marine Corps' Joint Base Charleston. The field is about 2 hours northeast of the base. Authorities had been searching for the jet since the pilot parachuted to safety into a North Charleston neighborhood. He was taken to a hospital where he was in stable condition. The Marine Corps says it's pausing operations for 2 days after the fighter jet's crash, the third accident in recent weeks. I'm Norman Hall.
The housing market is struggling, with housing starts plunging to their lowest level in more than 3 years, also falling in August, building permits dropping close to 7%. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow down 96 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
As the UN General Assembly holds its annual session, Israel's Prime Minister is facing a chilly reception in the U.S. The latest from the Media Line's Felice Frietz.
When Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu touches down in Silicon Valley, and then at every stop during his state visit to the United States, he will face a presence never before seen by Israeli leaders. Expatriates and American citizens protesting against Netanyahu and his government. The snub will trickle up to the top as President Joe Biden continues to refuse to meet his guest at the White House, despite having recently hosted Israel's president a ceremonial post. Under fire for his government's support of a package of judicial reform laws pending before legislature, the Prime Minister has been the target of 38 consecutive mass rallies numbering in the hundreds of thousands. I'm Felice Friedson, Town Hall News, Jerusalem.
News and analysis at themedialine.org and townhall.com. India dismissing as absurd Canadian allegations that its government was linked to the killing of a Sikh activist in Canada India has expelled a senior Canadian diplomat.
Canadian citizen Hardeep Singh Nijjar was shot and killed in June outside a Sikh cultural center in British Columbia. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says credible allegations are being pursued of a potential link between the killing and the Indian government. The head of Indian intelligence in Canada has been expelled. Trudeau spoke to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the G20 summit last week.
Any involvement of a foreign government in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil is an unacceptable violation of our sovereignty.
Audio from CTV. Nijjar was a strong supporter of a movement pushing for an independent Sikh homeland. The movement is banned in India. I'm Ed Donahue.
And we're watching Wall Street fall this morning. Now the Dow down 140 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Hope your Tuesday's going well.
Indeed.
Sky's blue.
Sun is warm, grass is green.
That's right.
I was driving down the road the other day, and I saw a literal saying. I was driving by a field.
Okay.
There was a fence, and the grass on the other side of that fence was insanely green. So literally, the grass was literally greener on the other side of the fence.
You had a moment?
I did. It was like, huh. Now I understand.
So took a picture.
I want to be there.
Make a meme out of it.
It was all brown and gravel over here. Super green and lush over here.
So you could have made a meme out of that.
Should have hopped the fence.
You could have had meme famous, like with all those people, like the old guy on the complete smile. Yeah, you could be that. Could have been that.
Hide the pain, Harold.
Hey, I want to put an event on your radar.
Ooh.
Especially folks looking for furry friends to be a part of their home. The city of Roswell is putting together the Forever Friends Fair.
Oh.
Find your furry companion. It's going to be Saturday, September 30th. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. 10 to 2 at Melendez Park, which is 600 block of East McGaffey. That park right behind Animal Control.
Okay. Yep.
And
it's a nice little park.
Humane Society right there. Yeah, they're going to be there. They're going to have a selection of furry friends that are looking for forever homes and free hot dogs, chips, and drinks while you're there. So
maybe we should have picked the menu a little better.
Yeah, I did. So maybe come for a cat, eat a hot dog.
Eat a hot dog. I'm going to say this. If you're going to go to this event,
yes, be
careful. I've shared this story a couple of times. I was at the farmer's market a few weeks back.
You're saying you're going to be adopting? Is that what you're saying?
If you're not careful, you walk home with an armful of them. I locked eyes with this little puppy dog, and I was like head over heels in love. Immediately, I'm like, you need to be in my life. And I had to like tap my friend and be like, take me away from here now, or I will have a dog. So just be careful. They're adorable adoptables, and they call them that for a reason.
Yes. But the big thank you to the City of Roswell, Pioneer Bank, and Richland Motors for being a part of that event. But again, that's Saturday, September 30th from 10 to 2 at Melendez Park, 600 block East McGaffey, right behind the animal control facility. Come out, find your
forever friend.
There you go. There's something else I was going to mention, too. I just can't remember what it was. This hour, we're going to replay our interview we had with Elliot Rodriguez with Lone Depot.
Huh?
No,
we're not.
Who's that?
Oh. Well, we'll find out in a minute.
I don't know. We'll find out in a minute.
Just a reminder, high school football action coming up this Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. Is that today?
It's a Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, they're here early. Come on in. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yes, high school football action, by the way, the Gadsden game going to be on Thursday evening.
Yes.
So a little change of pace. That's, I believe, is it Goddard versus I don't have the schedule in front of me, but the Gadsden game will be on Thursday evening. The other two games will be on Friday evening.
Okay.
And you can catch those games on ksvptv.com.
Yes, football et plenty.
Indeed. We're already at week 5.
I know. It's going by quick.
It's insane. We're halfway through the season almost.
Well, to be honest, there's only like 2 more weekends in September.
Yeah.
There's this weekend and next, and then we're in October.
October.
It's going by quick.
Yes, indeed.
Good. So Tamara's here with the Chaves County Extension Office. I know she's going to want to talk a lot about the kitchen creation stuff. That's with October coming right around the corner. That's the time they do the kitchen creations cooking classes for folks with diabetes, things like that. It's so I'm sure we'll talk about that. Of course, we're in the thick of fair season with the Eastern New Mexico State Fair just weeks away as well. By the way, we're about 2 weeks away from that.
Yes,
that happening too. So we'll talk with Tamara here in just a bit.
Very good.
Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather. That's not bad either. Not rain much, so.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Maybe a little bit of rain coming up by Thursday, but for now we'll stay sunny and hot. Afternoon highs will be in the upper 90s today and a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear down to a low of 60 and then mid to upper 90s for the afternoon highs on Wednesday, and we get sunshine. For Thursday, an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible. We'll stay in the low 90s, back to sunshine on Friday, mid 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And currently, I must refresh. That is not the freshest. There we go. Currently 69 here in Roswell. Humidity's at 55%. Winds currently out of the northwest to 7 miles per hour. Sunny and hot with a high of 97 today. So it is a little warm. Winds will be out of the west 5 to 15 miles per hour. Clear tonight. Overnight low 60. West winds 5 to 15. Wednesday, 96 under sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest tomorrow 5 to 10. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 65. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain on Thursday, a 30% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy with a high of 94. West winds 5 to 10 in the morning. Out of the south, 10 to 15 for Thursday afternoon. 20% chance of showers for Thursday night. Partly cloudy, overnight low of 67. Friday, sunny and 97. Saturday, mostly sunny and 93, and mostly sunny and 88 on Sunday. All right, it is 8:12. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then we will talk with Tamara Schubert from the Chaves County Extension Office. Don't go away.
A good night's sleep is so important, and issues like sleep apnea make falling asleep and staying asleep nearly impossible, but we can help. I'm Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. With the help of a simple oral appliance, your sleepless nights could be a thing of the past. But don't take my word for it, just ask Lainey.
My name is Lainey Smith. I wasn't surprised when I found out I had sleep apnea simply because I had a horrible sleep pattern. I attempted to use the machine and it drove me nuts and I could not sleep with it. And then that's when Dr. Agar told me about the oral appliance. I would suspect I've been using it for 2 years now. In all of that time, I've had less than 10 poor nights of sleep. It's a complete game changer. I feel a lot better because I sleep.
This simple appliance can change your life. Call us today to set up your appointment so you can finally get the good night's sleep you need.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455. How low?
0.
The Zero Down Touchdown event is on now at Roswell Nissan with Zero Down on a great selection of vehicles like a 2019 Ford F-150 for just $489 a month, 2021 Nissan Versa just $289 a month, or a 2020 Chevy Spark for just $349 a month. And Roswell Nissan is giving away a brand new TV every day September 21st through the 30th at 6 p.m. Then on September 30th, join Roswell Nissan for the chance to win 2 tickets to see the Cowboys take on the Giants from AT&T Stadium. The Zero Down Touchdown event on now at Roswell Nissan. 2111 West 2nd.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Elephants use these skin folds on their bodies to crush mosquitoes. Mike Winters uses his to hide M&Ms. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 15 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning from the Chaves County Extension Office, Tamara Schubert, back with freshly in from fair.
Freshly in, that is correct. Fair wrapped up yesterday, so on to the next one.
On to the next fair.
Yes.
So how was the state fair?
It was really good. So
Yeah?
we had 43 youth competing on the indoor exhibits with over 300 exhibits, so they did great.
So 43 youth from Chaves County.
Uh-huh.
Very cool. And competing in all the different categories, some livestock, some your home ec and foods and those other things too. So imagine a few blue ribbons and what have you.
Oh, lots of blue ribbons.
Good. Love to see that. So did any of them, any of our local folks auction up there, or are they going to save them for?
So we had a couple show livestock. I have not got the results from them yet on how that went.
Okay.
I was doing a lot of other things at fair, so I had not made it over there yet. But we do have quite a few coming in for Eastern Fair as well.
Good deal. Now I got to ask, do you make a point to hit like the food side? And because I imagine the state fair has a few more food creations than
they
you'll find
do.
here.
And I did not make it over there this year, but I did get to go to the state 4-H food challenge.
Yeah.
So we had 13 teams competing in the food challenge this year, and so they're given a pantry just like you see on any food cooking show. They're given a pantry.
Just like
they're
Bobby
given
Flay and those guys and all
mystery
that.
ingredients, and they have to come up with a dish within 40 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, they have to analyze the cost of it, the nutrition value of it, and then they have to be able to present it to judges.
So it's way more nuts and bolts than like beat Bobby
Yes,
Flay.
yes.
It's more like beat Bobby Flay like real people stuff. With budgets and what have you. It's like they ain't going to hit you with like, today's mystery ingredient is foie gras. You're like, whoa, not
Yes,
my world.
no. I was pretty tame on them.
But, it's Bobby Flay on a budget,
Yes.
which I love. That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, and let's face it, those are the skills that you need to have when you're, when it comes to, planning the family meal and the budgets and all of that. We always think about what do you, there is a little bit more to what do you want for dinner, that question.
Well, and there is. So for the contest, the kids don't know what's in the pantry necessarily, and they don't know what their mystery ingredient is until they get to the table to cook. And they've got 40 minutes to figure out what they're going to cook, analyze the cost of it, the nutrition value of it, and be ready to present to judges. So that's a mad skill right there.
It is. There's, this is the skill set that I'm imagining. These are going to be folks that someday are owning restaurants and things like that, let alone being chefs, but being, restaurant owners and operators and things like that. So you got to know more than how to make a good steak or a good meal. You got to know how to budget for it, plan for it, and do all the other stuff.
Yes.
Too. So I love that they're learning all that skill. What's the average age on those youth?
So it's open to all of our 4-H kids, and so our youngest kids competing were 9 years old this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So imagine, do they all do the same meal or same ingredients, or does it like the 9-year-olds get those?
It's different. So our novices this year, their mystery ingredient was avocado.
Okay.
So they had to come up with a dish featuring avocado.
All right.
So our middle ones, they had sweet peppers.
Okay.
And for our older ones, they had a pork loin they had to work with.
So they're probably doing smoking and grilling and that kind of stuff. And The younger, they're making avocado toast or guacamole or something.
They did. Some of them came up with some really great sandwiches and all kinds of, yep.
Yeah. You want to, because I'm one of those people like, well, what do you do with avocado? I make guac out of it. I can, put it on toast or something, and that's bad. Throw it in a salad. Now you're probably like, oh, dang, I would have never thought to do that with avocado. Right. So I love that they got to do that kind of stuff. So, well, good deal. Is that something that they incorporate in our fair too? Is some of the cook-off kind of things?
So not that I know of, not here yet. It's something that's been going on at State Fair for a little bit, and so we're building it back up after COVID. But
I love that idea. I hope we can work it. I know that probably takes some logistics because you need kitchens and all kinds of stuff, and maybe we don't have those kind of facilities here yet. So it might maybe. Can we do a campfire version, like cowboy version? Like, do it over an open flame? I think that'd be kind of cool. So many beans. But that would be cool. So maybe we can make that. Hey, let's see if we can get the, supporters of the fair and all that. We got maybe the next new building is one with little kitchens that we can do something like this, little competitions and things. So. But in the meantime, so sounds like a successful fair for Travis County and those that came and participated.
Yes, very much so.
Was the rain okay? I know
we had a couple of days of rain, but it really wasn't all that bad.
Every time I turn on the news, it seemed like the fair was getting rained out with all the rain they're talking about. Like, 1 week we get rain, it's fair week, So, well, so now do you turn your attention to the Eastern New Mexico State Fair? I know there's other things going on besides that, but
we do. So next week, entries start rolling in for Eastern New Mexico State Fair, and then the first week of October, we've hit the livestock shows and everything.
Yeah, it's going to be now. And I'm telling everybody, October 2nd through the 7th, I think, is officially what this year's Fair 101.
It's going to be fun.
There you go. The 101st Eastern New Mexico State Fair. And I say this every year, and I'm going to say it again this year. When you're done walking around the commercial building and riding the rides and getting your whatever meat on a stick at the food places, go into the education building. Go into the livestock show ring. Hang out in there. Watch a few lives. Even if you've never seen a live, then please go into the live because it's so fun to watch these kids do their thing. It doesn't matter if it's chickens, pigs, cows, or whatever they're showing. It's always fun to watch. And then walk into that education building, plan an hour at least, because there's going to be, you got lots of stuff. You want to see big pumpkins and you want to see all the cool different nonprofits that have different stuff in there. So you can spend an hour looking at all that. But then go check out the crafts and art and all the work that some are kids, some are adults. You might have trouble telling which is which. I'm telling you, they're especially some of the paintings. You're like, that's amazing. And then you look and it's a 9-year-old that did it. And you're like, whoa. And so, and just come and see all the talent that Southeast New Mexico has to offer at the fair and support these kids. That's the way it is. Come and, these kids, when they go to the livestock shows, for some of these kids, that's going to be their college money or seeding their next project. So support when the livestock auction happens there. I think it's on that Friday usually.
Saturday
morning on that. Yeah, that's right. The other Travis County Fair is Friday. This one's on Saturday. Support it. Come out there and get your friends together. And I know we can't all shell out the big money that comes out for some of those, but get your friends together, chip in $50 or whatever.
But add-ons are a great way to support our kids. For Eastern Fair, this is typically the last fair for a lot of our kids for the season. They've had these animals all year long.
Kind of the grand finale of the
fairs. They've been working on them hard. Those that get the privilege of selling through that auction, it's an accumulation of a lot of hard work. Mm-hmm. So come out and support the kids. Like you said, you don't have to have a big checkbook to do it. They take add-ons, $5-10. Those really add up for kids, especially when it talks to restocking for next year, buying feed supplies, supporting college endeavors, things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is, it's really the best way to show these kids the fruits of their labors. This is, because let's face it, these kids that are shown, these are going to be the next business leaders, farmers, ranchers, mayors, city councilors. These are going to be those people. County commissioners, these are going to be those people. And so we need to raise them up right and show them how things are done here. And believe it or not, the fair And it doesn't matter if it's a Chaves County Fair, State Fair, Eastern Mexico State. The fair is where they learn this kind of stuff.
They do.
Yeah, this is where they learn.
So while they're out at the fair, they can also go visit the 4-H kids over in the ice cream parlor. So our 4-H youth run the ice cream parlor on their own. So it's all about making.
You got 2 hands, 1 cone in each.
Cones, milkshakes. Come on. The kids learn a lot about financial responsibility as well as customer service and everything else.
That is by far my most favorite building. I say it every year because usually our little radio's like right there near the ice cream.
Yes.
And so every time I stagger out of that thing right over there, milkshake. Yep.
As soon as those doors roll up.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love that place. I spend more money on that place that week, all because I love that place. That's one of my favorite spots. And usually if you play your cards right, you walk in there and then you walk right into where the little shop is on the end of the commercial building. And then you find all your green chili seasonings and all that stuff.
All the New Mexico, the Taste of New Mexico shop is right there.
Yep. So that's usually my move. I stagger into ice cream and then I meander around there and buy some rub or something and then go back out. But that's October 2nd through the 7th. Hey, by the way, for all you carnival folks and all that, they're going to do the sneak peek Friday and Saturday of the carnival again. The Bennett's Amusement. They're going to be out there doing. Friday and Saturday, they're going to close Sunday and then open up Monday as the fair opens there as well too. So they're going to have all the rides and everything this year too. So come out for the rides, and then when you're done riding or before you go riding, go hit the education building. Go walk into the livestock ring. Go see these cool projects and see exactly what our youth have been doing.
Well, and as they visit the educational building, like you said, there's lots of community booths with services for their families and things like that they can take advantage of.
Absolutely.
The other thing they can find in there is our Extension Club volunteers. And so they're in there, they're talking to everybody about Extension Clubs, they're passing out free materials and things from our office, but that is the place that you can also buy your Christmas Showcase tickets.
Which is coming up in November.
Yes. So November the 14th is our annual Christmas Showcase. There's 2 viewings, and those tickets are on sale now. It's $5. You get to come, taste all the goodies, get some door prizes.
It's a tradition for many. And basically what it is like you said, it's exactly the same. There's around a lunchtime one, and then there's one in the evening there. It's the exact same presentation, so you don't have to go to both. But with it, you get to come and try different foods, like Christmas holiday type foods to create during the holidays, gifting, arts and crafts stuff, decor, decorations. You get to learn all that. And then the golden ticket part is at the end of the thing, you get this book that's got all the recipes and all the how-tos on everything you learn there. And each year, the book is different.
It's kind of like a live Pinterest.
Yes, exactly.
We'll tell you the boo-boos that we made along the way and what we found out. But yes.
And so that book is kind of so people come every year for the book. And so each year now, and I'm guessing there's probably quite a few people in the area that have 10, 15, 20 of these over the years. And so now they're collecting. Now, if you haven't started yet, make 2023 the start of your tradition and come on out. Who knows? Maybe there's some people we can rub elbows with to procure some older ones if we need to.
We do. We have a lot in the office.
We can maybe make that happen. But come on out. It's a lot of fun. You get to eat, you get to sample, and you get to try. And then you get a book full of ideas that you can take home and use with your family. And
well, and bring a friend. Make it an evening.
Yeah. And like you said, you can come like if you're retired or you work nights, come on at lunch. But if you work the 9 to 5er, then when you get off work, you can come on bound at 6 o'clock and enjoy it then and have a little noshing before dinner and then go get your books and all that. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. But mark it on your calendars. That's November 14th. So it's right there a couple weeks before Thanksgiving holiday, getting you geared up for Christmas. But if while you're at the fair and you're in the educational building and you visit the Extension Club table there, you can you sign up for that. Also, can they also sign up for because I know in October you also do your diabetes kitchen creations.
We do.
Stuff.
So we typically do kitchen creations twice a year. So our October class, and I looked the other day, is completely full. I've got 30 people in there, and that's about the max of what I can
It is
fit
a very
in
popular class.
Yes. So we do have another one scheduled in March, and you can sign up for that one now.
Okay.
We're going to do that one during the day starting at 9. So if you're retired or don't work during the day, this is a great option to grab that information as well.
And there's a reason why this is very popular because it it really gives folks ideas. 'Cause let's face it, diabetes that number's not going down. More and more people are getting diagnosed.
It's
with that
going
every
up.
day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so this class really gives people options to enjoy foods they love. You love pizza, you love all those things. I get you. This shows you ways to create that without blowing up your numbers and your glucose and your blood sugars and all that kind of stuff. It stabilizes that. So, and finding alternatives for the things you love. Because if you try to deny, we all know that
it doesn't work for long.
So you can find alternatives, ways to do it in moderation. You love pizza, great. The cauliflower crust is your friend. It can really,
yes.
And especially for me, because I've been eating more of those. Because if you love the thin crust pizza, which I kind of do, you can't tell the difference. I legit, I'm just tastes like a thin crust pizza to me. I mean, if you're wanting to get all foldy New Yorkie and all that, then we got to talk. But,
yes.
But you just want some pizza and load it up with your, toppings, and you can pick the right vegetables.
And lots of vegetables.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Vegetables are
meats
key on that one.
Because meats aren't bad for carbs and things. You might want to worry about the cholesterol side there, but, so you just can't load it up with bacon and beef and say, I'm on a diet. I love that move, but you can't do that either. But that's why this class is so popular.
Yes.
So, now, if you, like I said, you got it in March here. But in the meantime, if you're looking for ideas, things, don't hesitate to come by the Extension office.
Absolutely.
Tamara and her staff, everybody there, will be happy to give you information, give you resources, and of course, sign you up for the March class. And then that way you can maybe pick up on some of these, and then maybe add to your repertoire by the time March hits. You'll already have a base of good meals and things that you kind of have in your stable that works for you. So.
Right. And if they're out there thinking, well, I'm not, full-blown diabetic, but I do have pre-diabetes, we do have a program for that one too. So we start a year-long program in January for those that may be pre-diabetic.
Yes.
And so it's a year-long. So the first, 3, 4, or 5 months, we meet every week, and then we kind of wean off after there so that by the end of the year, you're going strong and hopefully can prevent that diagnosis.
Well, and the whole point of this class is to kind of teach you a new lifestyle.
Yes.
As far as is you're pre-diabetic, but and just generally, you people that know, they've talked to the doctor. It's like if you continue your habits now, you will be diabetes within X amount of time.
Right.
And so you got time to reverse it before you get on the meds, before you get diagnosed with diabetes. And so you can, in theory, again, it's kind of taking these classes, learning how to eat.
When there's so many things that go into it,
Sure.
Other than just what we eat,
yeah.
exercise, our stress levels, how much we sleep.
And there's support in this, which is because it's very much a group effort. So
Yes.
you're in the class with other people that are going through the same thing that you are, and so that's a support system. You lean on each other, you hold each other accountable, you help each other. And so it's so much easier when you're doing a lifestyle change and there's a group of other people doing the lifestyle change with you. Particularly,
Sure.
maybe if you're at home and maybe your spouse is still eating cheeseburgers and everything, and you're like, and you really need some support on that. So this could be that thing you need to make sure you succeed at doing this.
Absolutely.
And not going diabetic. So please, if you've been diagnosed with that, please reach out. We can maybe get you in the next class when it starts here in January, which, by the way, is
right around the corner.
October's in a couple weeks.
It sounds weird to be talking January
I
already,
know,
but
like,
that
wait a
is
minute.
where we are.
It's summer, right? No, it's 2 weeks into 2 weeks left in September. So.
Yes.
And so please, and of course, anything else regarding any health, nutrition, this kind of stuff. Certainly, if you have questions about 4-H, come by the education building and talk in there, or certainly come by the extension office anytime here. But when you're out at the fair, don't hesitate. Talk to the families. Talk to the kids. Ask them what they, their feelings about 4-H. They'll tell you about how much they love it and how much is a part of their life. And don't forget, 4-H ain't all about the cows and the pigs and everything too. It's also about computers and
robotics
and high-tech stuff and all of that too. Shooting sports, shotguns, rifles, pistol, all of that is under the 4-H umbrella. So even if you're like, I don't like cows, okay, you like computers, you like shooting sports, hunting, that kind of stuff. You love to arts and crafts. You love to create. You love to make things with your hands. And guess what?
This is the place for you.
4-H is going to have something for you.
And enrollment opens in October for 4-H. So this is a great time to come out. 4-H Day at the library has changed just a little bit, so we're offering 2 different ones now.
Oh, great.
So the one in Roswell will be the second Wednesdays of the month, and then we're also offering one in the Valley, so Hagerman area will be the third Wednesday of the month. So if they're interested, come on
You
out.
can sleep in on those days and just do the one in town there. So you don't have to get up early to get on into town here in Roswell to do it.
Yeah.
So, of course, you may be excused to hit your favorite restaurant, so hit both. It's like, well, that's the reason we go get there for breakfast. But so you'll be doing that on the Wednesday.
So 4-H Day on the library will be Wednesdays after school when the kids get out. Yeah.
Good deal.
So,
and remind folks, what's kind of the age that's geared for, and what kind of some of the things you do in that?
So 4-H, especially 4-H Day at the library and 4-H in general, is open for kids ages 5 to 18.
Gotcha.
And so what we do at 4-H Day at the library is we try to expose them to some of the projects that we have within 4-H.
Gotcha.
And so 4-H in New Mexico is one of our more traditional programs. We have about 250 projects that the kids can take part in about 12 different categories, whether it be creative arts or horticulture and agronomy or family consumer science, finance management, things like that. So there's something for everybody, and they can progress through different levels depending on what they're interested in.
Good deal. So if you have kids that are 6, 7 years old, bring them on down.
Yes.
If you have kids that are 13, 14, 15, 16, 18.
Come see us.
Come bring, 18 is kind of on the bubble, but 16, 17, come on down. But definitely something and that's just it. So don't, when the kids say, hey, come on to go over for it. You're pretty much every kid unless they're a baby or an adult, they're going to find something through 4-H. So that's the cool part. And I guarantee they're going to make friends and broaden their horizons, and some of the ancillary parts of 4-H will rub off on them, working as a team, a lot of those skills that you want to teach your kids.
Citizenship, leadership, yes.
Things you want to teach your kids, it's really hard to teach unless you kind of immerse them in those scenarios, things like that. You kind of let them let them get their feet wet, let them, go about it and learn the lessons that way sometimes. So, 4-H provides all of that for them. And they have a bunch of fun. And
in a safe environment with very caring adults.
Yeah. And whatever their interest is, I know we'll have the shooting sports kids on at least a couple times a year. Every year they're going representing New Mexico nationally, state, obviously this region from the state, having a ton of fun doing their thing. And to me, that's like every time I have those kids, it's kind of like having the high school sports kids, and because it's that same atmosphere. They're teenage kids. They're traveling on the road together, kind of like your basketball team or your volleyball team or your football team, doing their thing, and they have their camaraderie and their, things that teenagers do on the road. That's just what happens. It's just fun. And that's that they're making memories, and I guarantee when those kids are our age and older,
they'll remember
sitting
them.
there and they're telling stories to their kids about what they did at 4-H. So that's the fun part. So please come check it out. Get involved here in the fair in a couple weeks here. Come on out to the fair. Senior Day is on Wednesday, so for seniors 55 and older, get in free that day. So that's a good day for seniors to come out and see some of the shows, take advantage of senior stuff, visit the education building if you want to do that. I know one of the days, I want to say it's Tuesdays, like $25 admission day, and that includes an armband to ride the rides. So you can, if you want to ride the rides and do all of it, $25 will get you in.
Well, and Children's Day is going to be Friday, so a lot of the schools will be visiting out. We've got some great educational workshops lined up for the kids that are visiting that day, for the schools that are coming out.
Yeah, so each day they've got different stuff going on and things. So come on out, and I'm telling you, each day, the show, especially with the entertainment schedule. So go to the Eastern New Mexico State Fair page, enmsf.com, I think, and then you can see all the entertainments over a certain night. Ooh, so and so is going to be there. Make sure, and of course your concerts and stuff. That's include parking's free. Admission includes into the fair includes those concerts and all that kind of stuff. So please come out, and then but while you're here, visit these other buildings. Come for the rides, come for the concerts,
the fried food, whatever.
But make sure you support the heart of the fair.
Right.
Support why we're really having a fair, and it's those kids, and that's why we're doing it. So, and I guarantee you're going to love it. It's so much fun. You see a kid that's 2 feet tall, just doing his thing, and it's so cute and happy. I don't know, it just hits you in a certain way when you're out there. It just warms the cockles of your heart. Good deal. So And then don't forget, if you have any questions about anything we're talking about here at the Extension office, if you want more questions about the diabetes awareness stuff or need any resources on that kind of stuff, don't hesitate to call the Extension office. Conversely, if you have questions about pecan weevil traps, or if you need to get your pecans inspected, or any questions regarding gardening and stuff, or pest management, pest control stuff, Drew can happily take care of that stuff. Tamara will pass the buck on to Drew on that
I
stuff.
will. In fact, I know that he is scheduling some CEUs for those that are looking for their pesticide applicator license and things like that. And so definitely give us a call. Drew's happy to give you all of those details.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know there's some certifications and things that all the pest management folks need to have, and he can help navigate you through all that stuff. And I know it gets into the weeds sometimes, pardon the pun there on that, but it kind of does. Just, it's a lot of stuff there. And of course, if you're looking come ask. If you have, I know we're talking recruiting season, but if you have a kid that's an age and you're showing them all the stuff at the fair and they have an interest, please reach out, talk, and say, hey, we have one that loves all this stuff. Come on, and then come on out to the library. Do those things on which Wednesday is again? I keep forgetting.
So in Roswell, it's going to be the second Wednesday of the month, and in Hagerman, it's going to be the third Wednesday of the month. And then Drew will continue to have his on Saturday.
And that's for the Drew one is the garden
yes.
stuff. That's they'll have sometimes it's Drew, sometimes it's more the
master
gardener.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the ones that everything from your small gardens to commercial crop management. Those guys are pretty expert in all that kind of stuff. So good deal. Tamara, is there anything we wanted to cover that we missed?
I think that was it on my list.
All right. Well, welcome home.
Thank you.
She even got the same fair clothes on. She just came right from the fair here and didn't even go home. So she's going to go home and put her... I'm kidding.
Does it look like it? Does it look like
it? But welcome home, and I'm sure you'll be happy to sleep in your own bed tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fun to travel, but it's also much better
to be home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes you appreciate it a little more. So good deal. Well, thank you, Tamara. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. It is 8:41. Let's pause for news. We'll get that Dallas Cowboys report in there, too, for you Cowboys fans out there. Quick break as well. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. An online petition that calls for the removal of a teenager from NMSU has now reached 25,000 signatures. 19-year-old Alexi Treviso remains charged with murder after the discovery of her deceased newborn infant in a bathroom trash can at Artesia General Hospital in January of this year. Organizers of the petition had originally set the goal to 25,000 signatures, but they've now raised that goal to 35,000. The petition, though, has no binding effect on university administration. There is concern over the closure of 6 fire stations in Eddy County, but Fire and Rescue Chief Joshua Mack says the consolidation of assets will have no effect on service to the community. In May of last year, county commissioners approved the creation of a full-time fire department for the county, and that caused most of the rural volunteer fire departments to fold. Mack says he's confident that the redistributed staff and apparatus will adequately cover the entire county's needs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Hi, everyone. With your Cowboys report, I'm Christy Scales. Pro soccer player turned NFL kicker Brandon Aubrey had an awesome home debut in Sunday's win over the Jets. You'll hear from Aubrey right after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Cowboys Nation is big because everything's bigger in Texas. And Reliant has the energy to power it all. From home field advantage to home sweet home, Reliant has Dallas Cowboys fans all across the Lone Star State covered for every electric moment this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
4 months ago, Dallas Cowboy rookie Brandon Aubrey was kicking in the USFL for the Birmingham Stallions. The USFL was his first time to kick a football since junior high because he had later turned to soccer, where he started in college and was drafted by the MLS in the first round. He was 2 for 2 in Week 1 at the Giants, but that was a warm-up to this past weekend, where he went 5 for 5 in Sunday's 30-10 win over the Jets.
It feels good, just going out there and doing the job. They asked me to go make 5 field goals on the day, and you never know what you're going to get, so keep it even keel there and move on to the next week and go do my job again.
For Aubrey and the Cowboys, that's a trip to Arizona this weekend to take on the winless Cardinals, who gave up a 21-point lead in their loss Sunday to the Giants. With your Cowboys report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Maybe a little bit of rain coming up by Thursday, but for now we'll stay sunny and hot. Afternoon highs will be in the upper 90s today and a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear down to a low of 60 and then mid to upper 90s for the afternoon highs on Wednesday, and we get sunshine. For Thursday, an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible. Will stay in the low 90s, back to sunshine on Friday, mid 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. stocks drifted in quiet trading Monday as Wall Street made few big moves overall in advance of the Federal Reserve's next meeting on interest rates. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said she saw no signs of the U.S. economy entering a downturn, but warned that failure by Congress to pass legislation to keep the government running would risk slowing momentum in the economy. Yellen said the U.S. labor market also remained strong and inflation was coming down. Macy's said it would hire more than 38,000 full and part-time workers for the upcoming holiday season, fewer than last year, as the U.S. department store gears up for the busy shopping period. Hyundai Motor and a union representing its South Korean workforce sealed a wage deal that will boost annual pay by about 12%, avoiding a strike and production losses at the company's biggest manufacturing base. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
How low? 0. The Zero Down Touchdown event is on now at Roswell Nissan with Zero Down on a great selection of vehicles like a 2019 Ford F-150 for just $489 a month, 2021 Nissan Versa just $289 a month, or a 2020 Chevy Spark for just $349 a month. And Roswell Nissan is giving away a brand new TV every day September 21st through the 30th at 6 p.m. Then on September 30th, join Roswell Nissan for the chance to win 2 tickets to see the Cowboys take on the Giants from AT&T Stadium. The Zero Down Touchdown event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Believe it or not, your home insurance company isn't evil. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here. A lot of roofers make your insurance company out to be your enemy. They'll talk about fighting and battling your insurance to get you the claim you deserve. But honestly, your insurance company is a group of people just like you and me. That's why we don't treat your roof insurance claim like we're going to war. We treat it like a court case. We provide your insurance company every piece of evidence needed to get you the highest possible claim. We submit photos, videos, detailed documents, and line-by-line estimates. And guess what? Our non-combat approach works. On 92% of roof insurance claims, we get the highest amount the first time. And the rare times we don't, well then, that's when we go to bat for you. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring roof and gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
A night of music that'll bring you joy. Compassion presents We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with special guest Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Sunday, October 15th in Carlsbad at Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center. We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Tickets are available now at wearemessengersmusic.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and
being dealt a bad hand genetically, that left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
Do you struggle with acne, eczema, or worry about skin cancer? Research suggests that 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70, but when detected early, 99% of skin cancer cases are curable. At Epiphany Dermatology of Roswell, we place special emphasis on prevention, screening, and treatment, so schedule your annual skin exam by calling us at 575-208-7050 or by visiting our website at epiphanydermatology.com and get checked today. Prevention is key.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
We teach our kids to say please and thank you to total strangers, but we get so familiar in our marriages and families, we stop being polite to each other. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and my wife, Miss Julie Smotherman, for The Joy of Marriage.
In the love chapter of 1 Corinthians 13, it says that love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. We emphasize being polite to each other in our family, which promotes an attitude of respect and brings peace in our home. Remember your manners with the person you love the most. Appreciate the things they do for you and let them know.
Being polite to each other can help you avoid conflict. Let's be polite to strangers, but let's not give our best to the people we don't live with. Let's give our best to each other.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Main Street Roswell presents Chili Cheese Fest 2023, September 22nd and 23rd. A 2-day celebration of all things green chili and the pecan and dairy industries that help keep southeastern New Mexico alive. Complete with green chili stew competition, pecan pie competition, ice cream eating contest, Southwest Dairy Farmers milking demo, vendors, food trucks, and live entertainment throughout the weekend with headliners both Friday and Saturday. Chili Cheese Fest 2023, September 22nd and 23rd in downtown Roswell. Sponsored by Leprino Foods, XL Energy, Sparklight, Farm Bureau Financial Services, and Keep Chavez County Beautiful.
Hugh Hewitt is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
And good morning, 8:52. Got a few minutes here before we get you into the top of the hour news. I just saw something funny. And it's stupid, but it made me giggle right before I went on. So it was a meme that actually Sean commented on from someone else that shared it. And it was a picture that just said Simon and Ray Finkel. And it made me laugh. And if you know, it's Simon and Garfunkel, but they replaced Garfunkel with Ray Finkel from Pet Detective. Who? Finkel.
He's Einhorn.
Yeah, Finkel is Einhorn. Finkel was a man.
Finkel was a man. Laces out. It'll drive a man crazy. Turn them laces the right way.
That just made me giggle when I scrolled real quick, and I was like, oh, that made me try.
Simon and Ray Finkel. Yeah. The internet, every now and again, just has those moments where you're just like, that was perfect. Yeah. I shared one yesterday. I even commented on this morning. It was, how many crab rangoons I plan on eating? Likely 4. It was just a guy named Likely, number 4. It was
You had a
sports
jersey on. You had a football or soccer jersey.
How many I actually ate? The guy's name was Welp, and his number was 40. Well, 40. Yeah. Sorry, crab rangoons are awesome. Oh,
they're tasty.
Speaking of crab rangoons and all the delightful Asian delicacies you could have your hands on, next hour, segue.
There you go.
Look from Asian markets. See, I'm learning.
Does she have crab rangoon
I
there?
don't know. Cheap, I assume.
I don't know. I wonder if you get it like in the frozen section. You maybe.
I always associate rangoons with Asian cuisine. It's more like a Thai thing, I think, though.
Yeah, I always see it in Asian restaurants, but I hear crab rangoon. Feels Italian.
No, you're saying ragoon. It's rangoon.
No, I say ragoon.
Yeah, because that's a spaghetti sauce.
That's why it sounds Italian to me. All I know is it's not real crab.
Let's see. Crab rangoon was on the menu of a Polynesian-style restaurant, Trader Vic's in San Francisco, since at least 1956.
So Polynesian.
Although the appetizer has the name of a Burmese city, the dish was probably invented in the United States by Joe Young, working under Victor Bergeron.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm guessing he's a chef.
I wonder if he's related.
Founder of Trader Vic's.
Oh,
there you go, Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, I wonder if he's related to the former host of Dancing with the Stars / Funniest Home Videos. Mm-hmm. By the way,
both of which he walked away from.
He did. Mm-hmm. He's probably doing well.
I'm sure he's fine.
I watched Funniest Home Videos on Sunday for the first time in like 20 years.
Really?
With
is it still Alfonso Ribeiro?
Yes.
Carlton?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it was actually one of the $100,000 episodes.
Okay. The championship series.
Yeah. And I hadn't watched it in so long. And I don't know. They're not as funny as they used to be.
It's because we live in the age of the internet. Yeah. Everything is hilarious now.
Yeah.
It's really hard to look at people, accidentally nailing themselves in the groin, with a football and think it's still as funny. Even though you put, do they still do the whole voices over it and all that?
Yeah. They get
I would say
Alfonso to do that. Yeah.
That's the only thing that sets them apart from like a ridiculousness.
But the content of the videos aren't.
Okay, so you're watching ABC television. They have to be family friendly,
and I get all that.
And then you jump to ridiculousness, and you're watching people taking headers.
But the winners weren't even so much of those kinds of people falling in water and stuff like that. It was more like a lot of people not understanding how something works.
Right.
And it was like all of them were that vain. And I'm just like, one of those is funny, but when they're all the same, it's not that funny.
When we lived in Albuquerque, we got a chance to go to, it was like one of the final Bob Saget seasons of Funniest Videos. It was the $100,000 episode, and you know how they show like they have like the hometown, they have like a crowd of people watching. Yeah. I was in one of those crowds because one of the videos was from Albuquerque.
Okay.
So you go to the studio and you're all sitting in like risers or whatever, and it's just so boring. Like throughout now, granted, we did win like a script, like a signed script or whatever. My mom still has it somewhere. But other than that, you're just sitting around waiting for that. Okay, your time's coming up, and then like for 5 seconds, you're like, yeah, and then it's just for an hour and a half.
So is the script signed by Bob Saget?
It was I think it was signed by Vin DeBono.
Oh, the producer, the creator. Yeah. The guy's name at the very end all the time. Is he still alive?
I'm probably not. I mean, although if what's his face, Norman Lear is still going.
He is.
How I'm sure he's got to be.
He's pushing 100, isn't he?
Norman Lear?
Yeah.
He's got to be, yeah.
He's in his 90s.
Let's see, Vin DeBono. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But yeah, I always remember seeing his name at the last of the credits there on the Funniest Home Videos for many, many, many moons. Kind of like Gene Roddenberry on Star Trek things.
Let's see. He is a producer, so he is still around. Get this. He's known for MacGyver, America's Funniest Home Videos, and Entertainment Tonight.
Wow.
That's a pretty good lineage right there.
Yeah. I'm assuming the good MacGyver.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not the reboot
1985's MacGyver.
Yeah, the good MacGyver.
The original MacGyver. So, yeah.
Entertainment Tonight?
Entertainment Tonight. Yeah. We would never have Mary Hart Or John Tesh.
I was about to say.
For Vin DeBono.
So Vin DeBono's, the reason John Tesh is in the world is because of him.
That's right.
All right. But then again, as soon as he left Vin DeBono, we don't hear about John Tesh.
We don't talk about John Tesh.
Came out with an album, and everyone had fun with that for a minute. And then,
I wonder if he's still doing music.
I bet he is.
What else is he? What else is he doing?
I bet he's got
I
a
don't see him on
following.
TV
I bet
at
he
all.
probably.
No, I think he does radio. Now that I think about it, because I think I remember hearing him on some
like a
radio.
DJ or podcast kind of thing.
He's an American pianist and composer. This just says Tesh.com. He started his own website.
He's just a brand now.
Yeah.
John Tesh.
Oh, fun. John Tesh talks about his return of his prostate cancer. That's no fun. We get into weird wormholes on this show.
Yeah, John Tesh.
Left the show in 1996 to pursue his many other career outlets, including working as a musician, composer, and radio host. So there you go.
I thought he still did music. Like he shows up at places and does, I don't know if it's like nursery homes or something, but
He definitely has a voice for radio. I mean, I could definitely see him carrying that for
he always
years.
had that blonde Frankenstein look to him. You know what I mean? Because he was a kind of a big dude, if I remember.
Right.
Kind of
linebacker.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, so. It is closing in on 10 o'clock.
Oh, yes.
Nook from Asia Market going to join us next hour. But first, we'll get you into the news of the national variety, and we'll be back on the other side of that. And then I was going to work in them other reviews. That didn't happen. So we'll try to get it all done. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
On air and online, this is Roswell's home for talk radio. KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Biden in New York this hour to address UN General Assembly, but several of his international counterparts notably absent.
Heads of state and government from at least 145 countries are expected to be at the UN in New York, including President Biden. But the parade of speakers will be marked by some key absences. The leaders of the rest of the permanent UN Security Council members, France, the UK, China, and Russia, will not make the trip. Ukrainian President Zelensky will be making his first in-person appearance since the Russian invasion of his country early last year.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston says Zelensky will address the General Assembly today and the Security Council tomorrow. Zelensky questioning why Russia remains a member in good standing at the UN.
In the United Nations still, it's a pity, but still there is the place for Russian terrorists. It's a question, not to me, I think it's a question to all the members of the United Nations.
Exchanged for 5 detained Iranians, along with $6 billion in previously frozen Iranian assets. 5 Americans who had been held by Iran are now back home. The prisoner swap being celebrated by the Biden administration, while critics complain that Iran's big payday will only encourage future hostage-taking while funding Iran's international terrorism enterprise. The limited auto workers strike could become more widespread on Friday. The UAW threatening to expand the walkout if there is no progress in contract talks. They have found the wreckage of the missing F-35 fighter jet. It crashed over the weekend after the pilot ejected. The debris found in rural South Carolina. Watching Wall Street, stocks are sharply lower. The Dow is down 235 points. The Nasdaq Composite Index off 119, and the S&P trading 29 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
House Republicans remain divided on approving more aid to Ukraine, according to a new report card released by a conservative group. It grades members on their support for the embattled country.
The Republicans for Ukraine report card says that among the 222 GOP lawmakers, there are 82 A's, 43 B's, 8 C's, 17 D's, and 72 F's. In terms of support for Kiev, those who received A's include House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCall, the Republican from Texas, who has been adamant about providing more assistance. The conservative group evaluates House members on 6 criteria, including whether they voted for laws supporting U.S. aid to Ukraine and what they have publicly said about Ukraine's war with Russia. Edwin Mora, Capitol Hill.
A Ukrainian governor says Russia launched a massive drone attack on western Ukraine earlier today. A warehouse damaged. 1 person was killed. News and analysis, townhall.com. Can't make bail. The state of Illinois says no problem.
As of Monday, Illinois has eliminated cash bail, making it the first state in the nation to do so. Critics say those accused of criminal activity will commit more crimes while they await trial. Defendants accused of a specific list of felonies and violent misdemeanors can still be detained ahead of trial, but the burden will be on the state to argue the defendant poses a flight risk or a danger to the community. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Foreign companies operating in China say tension with Washington over tech, trade, and other issues, as well as uncertainty over Chinese policies, are damaging the business environment, causing some to rethink plans for investing in China. The results of surveys by the American Chamber of Commerce and by the European Union Chamber of Commerce in China largely agree on appealing for greater certainty over China's stance toward foreign businesses. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to it.
Why is it on a loop?
Oh,
it's just playing over and over again on your phone.
Right before I got here, right before I came on air, I was scrolling and I saw the Nick Chubb injury on
earlier in the
back
show. We were talking about how Mike lost one of his running backs because Nick Chubb was injured last night
in Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football, yes.
Well, I just was on X, gonna give it to you, and and this injury, and it is. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's my direct quote was, "That's not how a leg do."
Yeah.
Just be careful, people. This is
it. It ain't pretty.
If you're on video, you can see it at kspbtv.com. It's
legs don't bend that way.
That leg is not supposed to go. So he's done for the season. He might be done for the career.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, that's Theismann level.
I'm about to say there's 2 injuries I've seen that are that bad, and Joe Theismann's one.
Right.
Alex Smith.
Oh yeah.
About 4 or 5 years ago.
That's when the knee went completely backwards, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh God, thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, those are not pretty. So praying for him, man.
Yeah.
That's
thoughts and prayers.
That's all you could do, because when your knee goes that way, it's not good. So he's I'd be surprised if he comes back as a.
There are certain videos that I see that make me completely turn on a sport, like as a genre. You'll remember at the beginning of this year, towards like the middle, I was super into tramp wall videos.
Yes.
Those are videos where they're like this 10-foot high wall and the trampoline at the bottom, and these guys are jumping around doing these insane flip tricks and making it look like so easy that I feel like I could pull it off. So
until you try it.
Well, about 4 months ago, I watched a video of a guy who over-rotated on a flip, and he ended up like this, but backwards.
Oh.
Like, I've never seen a human back bend all the way like that. Like, if his spine didn't snap, it's a miracle.
Oh.
But after I saw that, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this as a sport. I never want to see this again.
But don't act like you know that dude that escaped from jail and just got caught a couple days ago, and they showed that clip of him shimmying up that wall to get out. I know there's like 7 million people that tried that over thinking they could, because he made it look easy.
He really did.
Yeah, he looked at it like, dude, I could do. And you know how many people tried that thing.
He's not the first one to get out that way either. They had another inmate escape that exact same way.
Might want to address that little leak in the system there. You might want to do something.
That's a design flaw of your penitentiary. Knock a wall down, people. Move it back an inch or two. 7'6" Sanjay Dutt broke out of the prison yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's just it. This guy is only like 5'4" or something. He's a little dude, so he's not that tall,
right?
So maybe that's easier when you're smaller.
Oh, maybe a little bit. By the time they caught him, do you think he was just like, "Thank you"? I mean, I gotta imagine he was so hungry.
I imagine he's hungry and all that, but I don't think he was ready to be caught. Guys like
yeah, but. How
because he was trying to escape even at the last second,
right?
Like he was trying to, and the only reason they caught him was the dog.
If he'd have just gotten across like a border, I think he would have been fine. But well, he running around middle America, run into trouble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he lasted a long time, longer than I would have thought.
He did,
but they kind of, I think he was doomed from the get-go because they knew where he was at. They knew he was in this patch of woods. And it's just, we just got to curtail him in there. And if we keep him in there, eventually he's going to have to come out.
47 years later, he's a man who lives on the land.
And so that was, I think, ultimately the strategy to get him at the end. But yeah, even at the very end, he was trying to hide, crawling through the thicket and all that. And then they sent the dog in. And that's what finally subdued him and said, all right, I surrender. And they brought him in. But yeah, if you see some of the footage of him bringing, when they're all doing their trophy picture taken with him, but they kept showing one footage of his face pretty bloody. I'm assuming that's from the thicket/dog.
Yeah,
doing that. So we'll see. But anyway,
the dog's name was actually Thicket. Thicket, get it.
But yes, I know for a fact millions of people tried to shimmy up walls for like the next 4 or 5 days because they saw that clip of that guy doing it, thinking we can all parkour.
It's one of those lessons. Yeah, kids, keep on doing your parkour. It pays off, especially if you're incarcerated.
Oh man,
I just feel like that dude's. Had he not been like a savage murderer, he really could have used his talents in the circus.
I think the Matrix started all this. Because the Matrix, like when they started doing the bending thing and people started, running up walls and parkouring, and shortly thereafter.
Yeah, ultimately, I blame the flying wheel industry.
Do you?
Yeah,
I blame
for most crimes, actually.
I blame Neo. He's the one.
He's the one.
Nook with Asian Market. Speaking of the one, she's here to join us. Give us an update on what's going on over at Asian Market. So we'll chat with her in just a few.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget, if you're looking to adopt a friend for your home, a furry friend, not like a person, but a furry friend, the city of Roswell will be hosting their Forever Friends Fair September the 30th, which is not this Saturday, but next Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Melinda's Park, which is on the 600 block of East McGaffey, right behind Animal Control and the Humane Society there. From 10 to 2, they'll be having a fine selection of cats and dogs that are looking for permanent homes. And they'll have free hot dogs and chips and drinks while their event's going on.
Nice.
Too. So again, that's September 30th, 10 to 2 at Melinda's Park.
So we call them fur babies. But if you have like a hairless cat, what would you call that? I thought about this. I thought skin friend, but that also sounds real wrong.
It does.
Doesn't it, though?
It does.
I'm like, what do you call a hairless cat? You can't call it a fur baby.
No.
Of course, then again, if you have a hairless cat, you really should be dragged out in the street and shot.
Well, I could get if you love cats, but you're allergic. Because I guess they're good for that. But they look.
I'm sorry, bald cats are disgusting looking.
Well, they don't look like something I want to pet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a furry cat, you're like, ooh, I want to rub it because it's soft.
Honestly, they kind of do, though, because it looks like their whole entire like body is made of like a certain type of skin.
Yeah.
Like goozle skin, so it's just like hangy.
I feel like it'd be touching the Orville Redenbacher or something.
There's things I want to say on the radio that I cannot say, but it's basically feel like the whole cat's covered in that skin.
I feel like I'm going to be petting the Purdue chicken.
Yeah, when you pet and the skin drags.
That's like that feels like to me, but whatever. But
if you have a hairless cat and you're not a villain, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, Dr. Evil kind of set the mark on the hairless cats. Maybe they'll have one for $1 million.
Right. If you own a hairless cat, you better be trying to overthrow a government.
Always that or the cats that look like tigers. You seen those? Mm-hmm. But they're cat sized.
Yeah.
They're usually a little bit bigger. But I always get nervous. I'm like, do they actually do tiger stuff?
Are you gonna like be mean, but like tiny mean?
It's like, does it jump through flaming rings?
Mini mean? Yeah, when those cats that look like they had at one point had like a mane, like a lion. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, you're a little intimidating.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I could see the evolutionary scale here going on.
I know why our ancestors worshipped you.
Not my cats. They got bellies that swing on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Look nothing like lions.
Yeah, my cat is the poster child for domesticated.
Yes. Outside, don't know how that. I open the porch, let them come on the porch and look at me like I'm crazy. So I'll worry about them escaping.
My cat will like sit over the vent, my heater vent, and like sniff the outside air. I'm like, you don't want what's out there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could leave the front door open. The cats be like, nope, I know what's out there and it's good here.
3 hots and a cot, my friend.
That's right.
Stick around.
All the pettings I need. All right, it is 9:15. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Maybe a little bit of rain coming up by Thursday, but for now we'll stay sunny and hot. Afternoon highs will be in the upper 90s today and a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear down to a low of 60 and then mid to upper 90s for the afternoon highs on Wednesday, and we get sunshine. For Thursday, an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible. We'll stay in the low 90s, back to sunshine on Friday, mid 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 75 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is is at 46%, like 46, y'all. Winds out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour. Sunny and a high of 97 expected today. Winds out of the west 5 to 15 miles per hour. Clear tonight with an overnight low of 60. Winds out of the west 5 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, 96 for a high tomorrow. Winds out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy tomorrow night with an overnight low of 65 degrees. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. There is a 30% chance at some showers on Thursday. Partly cloudy and 94 otherwise. Winds out of the west 5 to 10 in the morning. Out of the south 10 to 15 for Thursday afternoon. 20% chance at rain Thursday night as well, mainly before midnight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 67. Friday, sunny and 97. For Saturday, mostly sunny and 93. And then Sunday, mostly sunny and 88. So a little bit cooler for the weekend there. All right, it is 17 minutes after 9. We're going to take a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then Nook with Asia Market will join us. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
A night of music that'll bring you joy, compassion,
Fashion presents We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with special guest Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Sunday, October 15th in Carlsbad at Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center. We Are Messengers Where the Joy Is tour with Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Tickets are available now at wearemessengersmusic.com.
The Rehabilitation Center at Artesia General Hospital offers a variety of services led by experienced licensed therapists, including physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Their multidisciplinary team provides a complete evaluation with the full support of your primary care provider to develop a custom plan to support your personal goals and recovery needs. These treatment plans help manage symptoms, educate patients and their families, and ultimately get back to the activities that bring you joy. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/rehab.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Attention Roswell, Carlsbad, Artesia, and surrounding areas. Roswell Tire and Appliance has what you're looking for with a great selection of refrigerators, freezers, washers and dryers, and ranges, and they can prepare your appliance as well with many models in stock and on sale. You can own it today. RTA services after the sale with repair, warranty, and delivery to Roswell and surrounding areas. Save big on a selection of scratch and dent appliances too, plus a great selection of tires and a team of people to help you when you need it most. Roswell Tire and Appliance, 101 South Main in downtown Roswell.
Are you ready to make a real difference in your community? Introducing the New Mexico Army National Guard. Serve your community with pride and become a part-time hero. Join our dedicated team and enjoy the adventure of a lifetime. Get full-time benefits without sacrificing your current career or education. When disaster strikes and your community needs assistance, you'll be there to lend a helping hand. So don't miss out on the opportunity to receive education, adventure, and financial stability, all while serving your country. Get started by visiting our website, nationalguard.com/NM.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Nook is back with us from Asian Market. Good morning, Nook.
Good morning, Mike, and good morning, Roswell.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing good, of course.
Awesome.
If you've never been to Asian Market, well, guess you want to listen for the next few minutes here because we're going to probably make you want to check it out. Asian Market, for those who aren't familiar, is a market and restaurant located on South Main, just kind of north of the college and all that there.
A little bit north of the airport.
Yeah, and all that.
The address is 5702 South Main Street of Roswell.
If you're heading south towards the airport, you'll see the big blue sign there on your right as you're going down.
Sometimes I don't understand why my customer come in and told me they send the Google send them to Southeast Main.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, on that address. And then they kind of keep calling. No,
no, come over on South Main. So.
Yeah, come to the airport.
Yeah, come that way, and you'll see the blue sign. If you're driving south, it'll be on the southbound, so it'll be there on your right as you come in.
On the right-hand side.
Now, the front part of the store is an Asian market, and you can buy everything from all over Asia, not just Chinese, but there's Thai, Chinese, Japanese. Pretty much a representation from all over Asia there.
Yes, try to cover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Try to cover.
You've got frozen meats and vegetables and things.
Sir,
You've got canned goods. You've got seasonings and
seasoning.
like if you want soy sauce, she has like 60 different types of soy sauce. If you want like sriracha sauce is popular now. You've got about 10 different types of sriracha.
The sriracha I can get some in, but on that brand it's kind of hard to get in, but I still can squeeze it in a little bit.
But you usually still have a few up there. I always see sriracha bottles
but now
up there.
I have a sriracha too, but in a different brand.
Okay.
You can use it too. It's not much different.
So it's kind of like Pepsi and Coke. It's sriracha, but it's different brands
But
version.
this one is a product from Thailand.
Okay. Now, sriracha sauce, Taiwan or
Thailand.
Thai originally, is that a Thai sauce or is that
I
Japanese?
believe so. It's
Okay.
from Thailand.
Okay.
And then kind of like they moved the manufacturing here.
Okay.
So I think to cut costs.
And I know like the sriracha with the rooster, that's like one guy here that makes that factory and all.
Over there in LA.
Yes.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah. And I remember seeing a documentary about that, and it's like the one man that created it, and really cool. So, so it's neat. But so this is like that same, but a different brand of it.
A different brand.
Not the one with the rooster and all that on it. So
we can't get that in that easy, but I still can find them. Just kind of like probably about 24 bottles a week. That's it.
Well, and I think
the limit.
With trying different brands and stuff, you get to get variations of it
Easy
and
to
different.
try.
Instead of getting the one version of it, let's try some of the
Try
other.
something else.
It's like a cheeseburger. You get a cheeseburger one place, you get a cheeseburger another place. The cheeseburger's a little different. Same kind of thing. So.
Everyone are different.
But even like snacks, candy, ramen. If you love ramen. You've got all different types of ramens and different.
I got a lot.
So you want to try and sample different from spicy to not spicy to.
You want to cry or you don't want to cry? How's that?
And so all of that is in the market.
Yes, it's in the market.
But if you're like, I don't want to cook, I just want to eat. No worries. Come on back a little
we're
further.
not talking about chicken fried rice today, okay?
Because then the Asian market's got the restaurant that's got a great fare of. Yes, I'll tell you, to my opinion, best chicken fried rice and steak.
Here come again, Ryan.
But there is so much more than that too. So, like, I love the beef and broccoli. I love the General Tso's chicken.
Beef pepper steak.
Yeah, I love that. All of it's good. So if you're wanting maybe a salad, she's got you covered.
Soup.
Maybe soup, she's got you covered. Or if you want something a little more hearty, she's got you covered. Either way, and it's all delicious. And I tell this to Nook every time. I always feel like eating at Asian market is the closest thing I think anybody can experience to like having a family meal in Thailand or any Asian like home. Like you go to a Chinese or Asian restaurant here to eat, and it's restaurant quality, and I feel like yours is home. Like if mom was making you dinner in Thailand, that's what you get at your restaurant.
I'm trying to be that close,
and that's kind of what it's like. Home cooking.
You want some spicy
cooking with
from
love,
your
Yes,
thank you.
That's the mom, side, and I feel like if for folks like us that weren't immersed in your culture, this is the closest we can get to feeling it from a family style, not from just trying unique foods. You know what I mean?
You.
And so that's why I love Asian market.
Wait a minute. We've been talking about Sheriff Mike Harrington.
Yes.
He's still not come see me.
Oh,
what's up with that? Oh.
I'll get him in there to light up the food. So next time he comes in, I'll be like, hey, a gauntlet's been drawn, and Nook wants to light you up. And
I've been waiting, and then he not show up.
I'll get him in. I'll talk to him when next time he's in.
Okay.
Maybe in a week or two he'll be in here. So we're gonna might be this Friday actually. So we'll get him in here and
But it's soon, huh?
Put the gauntlet on down on it. So right now, what's some of the things you got going on? Any specials? Any new products? New things we want to?
we got like a 5 pallet in a few weeks ago. Yeah, that's what we got. A lot of new snack. And we try to get some same old product that we usually have.
Okay.
But if we don't have it right there, I'm still gonna try to do it.
Gotcha.
To keep it the same.
What kind of luck are you having with the world? I know, like obviously, COVID probably made it very hard for you to get certain items brought from because all of her products, it's Asian market. These are all products you find in Asian countries.
On that time. But it's kind of.
Is it getting easier now where you're starting to see?
A lot more easier than.
Because I still hear, like, especially coming from Asia, still supply line issues and labor issues and some of that stuff.
Well,
so I didn't know if that was impacting you.
I know one thing is the transport is jacked up.
So getting it here is where it's getting cost.
Yes, that one is hard.
Which, I mean, it probably forced you to raise prices in the market because it's just the cost of doing business. It costs you more to get it here.
Right.
So therefore, you have to reflect that change on the prices. Yeah.
And I hope that all the customer is understand if something is a little bit up, it's a lot of cost on it.
But you also offer things that you can get nowhere else. And that's what I love about it, because if you want to try things that are unique and things, you want to get into real Asian cuisine and ingredients, Asian markets got it. And if you want to learn some of that stuff, look, like if you want to make your own sushi rolls and stuff, or sticky rice.
No, you have to ask Thomas. Thomas is
the expert.
Yes, he's an expert. He's
under Nook's tutelage. It's under the tutelage of Nook. So. But it's kind of like the coaching trees in the NFL. It's under Nook's coaching tree.
Yeah.
But you have all the equipment. You've got the special pots you need for sticky rice, the
pan, we got
the rolls,
pot, the rolls, and everything that
if you want to learn to make
cover you to make an Asian.
Yeah. So if you want to try to get in there and do some of this stuff yourself, Nook can help you do that too.
Yes.
So,
if I'm not busy, don't come into me in the lunch hour.
Yeah, during the lunch hour might be a bad time, but in between, 2 in the afternoon after the lunch rush might be a little bit better.
That I'm really happy to help.
Yeah, and she's and here's the move. Come to eat the first time. What you're going to do is, for first time people, go to the back there, go through the menu, order your food.
Yes.
While your food's cooking.
Shopping.
Walk around, start check. I guarantee you're going to find at least one item you're like, I want to try this.
Yeah.
I want to take it home. And so you either grab it then or when your meal's ready, go eat your meal and then pick up your stuff and then head on out the door and do your shopping and then go home and try your stuff, Yeah, from everything from unique and unusual to something that you're like, I would have never thought to put this together like that. And so and drinks too, like if you like teas and juices, you have a great selection of that.
I got a lot of drinks.
Yeah, a lot of Asian, infused teas and juices and things like that that you can't find here that you can only find at Asian markets.
Thank you. You can find it there.
Yeah. So please come check that out. So if you want to try, a new mango juice or a new type of tea, maybe you're thinking.
Because a few tea, like a Thai tea, but you can get it from the cooler, and you can also buy the powder.
Yeah, so you can make your own.
Yes, make it
brew your own tea. Yeah,
right.
So if you want to brew it, the hot tea, or if you just want a cold iced tea or iced drink, they've got the cooler there. You can get all you gotta do is open the bottle and drink.
Yourself a Thai iced coffee, we got it there too.
Nice.
That's what I want to make. Oh, I've been forgot.
A Thai iced coffee.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. It's just kind of so many things, so many prep that only one person. And with one help, it's hard. But now I got plenty of help. I probably gonna have to rethink about that.
Okay. Well, and coffee drinks and tea drinks, people are very personal on how they like it.
Let's do this. I'm making it. I'm gonna give Thomas a take. I'm gonna shoot Thomas a take until Mike come try it.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'll drink the teas. I like tea.
Okay.
So I'm a tea drinker.
I have not a new guinea pig now.
But I'm telling you, and I guarantee when you go there, every dish is amazing. It's just tasty, and every version of what you get, you think you had it, and then you have it there, and it's like, wow, it's just got a certain zing to it that you love. And
yes.
And as Nook has said, if you love it spicy, she can make it spicy.
Yes.
But if that's not your thing, she can make it.
Some menu I can read.
Yeah,
some menu I can make it spicy, but some
dishes are supposed to be spicy, so stay away from
like
those.
That.
But certainly with your fried rices, your beef and broccoli,
here come again.
or maybe some of the other rice dishes that you can.
Let's try to do stir fry today. Kind of like that.
Yeah. Stir fry
stir fry with basil.
Yeah. You got it all. You kind of
sweet and sour. Make it easy today.
Do you have any noodle dishes like your?
I have a chow mein.
Chow mein dish.
Yes.
So if you're a noodle person, you got your covered there
I got
too.
chow mein. I got chow mein. And you can change the meat yourself.
Yeah, if you want to go chicken or pork or combination.
Red pork or something like that. Barbecue red pork. Yeah. And another one that I have on the noodle is the pad thai.
Oh, what was that soup you made with the pork, the red?
And that one is egg noodle soup.
Oh, man, that was
And another one is Thai noodle soup. So I have 4.
And they're still around?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it's still around.
When you all get done eating, just ask for one of the big things of that soup and take it home with you.
Yeah.
And then you can eat off that for a couple of days and you'll love it. And
you can add, just take the broth home after it's left over and then add some more
Well, that's the
vegetable.
beauty of soup. Soup always gets better the next day. Like when it simmers and soaks in that stuff.
Yes.
So now you get it fresh from her that day. Try to resist the urge to eat it that day because it really is tasty. And then put it in your fridge for a day or two and then heat it back up.
Yes,
and then,
add
and
some
then,
more.
And,
Add
and,
more
and it's going to be
vegetable.
even more tasty. But that soup is a 10. So I love it. So but maybe get but if you can't wait, eat it there. But maybe get a to-go one to take with you. And that way you can have it, next day or something. So. What's as far as hours and stuff? I know your schedule and stuff. What's your schedule right now as far as hours?
Okay, right now I kind of changed a little bit on the store part. I open only from Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
And I take the Sunday off, completely closed.
Good for you. You need a day.
Thank you. The time will be 10 to 6, Monday to Saturday. And then the restaurant will be the same, but the time changed from 11 to 6.
Okay.
Just 1 hour.
Yeah, you'll sleep in on Saturdays for an hour, and you come in.
No, it's still open. Still open 6 days a week.
Good deal.
11
but
to
an hour
6.
later on Saturdays. There's
Right,
11 to
right.
6 on Saturdays, 10 to 6 Monday.
Oh, no. I mean, the restaurant is 1 hour after.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So the thing opens at 10 to 6.
Yes.
The restaurant's 11 to 6.
Yes,
Monday
yes.
through Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So come shopping a little early, and then if you're ready to eat at 11, then you can get in there and go to. Are you still available for through takeout and all that?
You can call an order and come pick up.
Okay.
I don't do delivery.
No delivery, just
No.
I knew at one point you were on one of those DoorDashes or one of them.
Yes, one
Gotcha.
time.
But they do to-go orders and
Yes.
things like that, and I'm telling you, the food's delicious.
Thank
First
you.
time you go there, you're going to be hooked. I always say it's my favorite Asian place to eat in town because the food is just amazing. It's like it's again back to that. It's the only thing I can describe it best is like if you went to Thailand and sat in a family's home and had a meal, that's what you get at Asia Market, and I don't think any other restaurant can boast. Like
traditional where I'm from is we sit down on the floor and eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you go over there, you get to sit down on the booth or on the chair.
Yeah.
Not on the
but
floor.
it's kind of like you go to an Italian restaurant, you
Yes,
get pasta,
I understand.
and it's really good. But I don't think it's the same food you get if you walked into a family home in Italy and got an Italian meal. It's a different thing, and I think it's and that's where I'm trying to kind of compare it. It's like if you walked into a home in Thailand, and the meals you find at Asia Market are going to be much closer to what that family's eating on a given night, as opposed to what you see in a typical restaurant. That's restaurant fare. It's a certain. Which,
you walk in with your smiling on your face, and you're gonna walk out with your smiling.
Yeah. And so if you want to, and then if you want to learn how to do some of this stuff, or if you want to maybe you want to learn how to use chopsticks.
That's one gonna have to take the practice.
Maybe you ought to offer classes, chopstick classes.
Chopstick class.
Yeah, like on one of them days, like on a Saturday. Come in from 1 to 2. We're gonna teach you how to use chopsticks.
That could be fun.
That would be fun.
All you need is chopstick right there by the shelves.
I do need practice with rice and chopsticks.
I can't.
I don't
To
do
be
well
honest,
with rice.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't do well with the rice.
My kid can.
You okay?
Yes.
That's why I order a lot of pasta dishes, because I can handle that with the chopsticks. I can't handle the rice.
My kid's pretty good with chopstick with rice. She's trying.
I'm not that good. I try to get this big thing and it all falls off, and I end up with like 3 grains going.
You're gonna take all day to finish that bowl.
Well, they say you're supposed to eat slow. I guess that kind of helps you do that too.
Still helps you digest in the same time while you try to eating it, huh?
Sure, exactly. But it's kind of weird. I still feel the need to use the chop. You know what I mean? It's like when in Rome, I'm supposed to use the chopsticks, so that's what I'm gonna do. You know, it's like I'm eating an Asian dish. I'm supposed to use chopsticks. That's what I'm gonna do.
When you go to China, kind of stuff like that. Huh?
Yeah. When they come here, we use a fork. But we go and eat one of your meals, and that's just the culture.
But
that's
you know what?
do.
I kind of now I eat noodle with fork.
Well, you can twist.
Twist.
The Italians have the twist with the fork, and you can roll it up onto one big ball there on your fork and just watch Italians eat pasta. That's how they do it.
Okay.
They'll twist it up.
I'm going to try to learn it.
Yeah, watch them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'll get the spoon and then dip it into the spaghetti and then kind of twist. And then when they pull it up, they got all this spaghetti because spaghetti noodles are long.
Yes.
So it's all rolled up, and you just neatly shove it in your gullet there.
I'm gonna try to look at it.
Yeah,
how to do it.
It's all on the wrist. Sometimes you can do it. Sometimes it flops on you and gets a little messy. So that's why they wear the bib because I think it splatters the sauce all over the place. So.
Okay, I got it.
How's seafood looking right now with the fish and all that? You got a good selection, or is it pretty rough at the moment?
A little bit rough at this moment.
Okay,
but I still have kind of main thing right there, like a pompano, like some stuff like that.
So if there's certain fish in there, you got you covered
I still have
here.
certain fish.
But keep checking back because you always get new stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And you will, like, if people request stuff, you'll try to see if you can get on the list.
It depends on how much a request, because everything is come in. It's not come in like a 6 piece. It's come in a whole case at a time.
Okay.
A whole case sometimes is 12. Mostly whole case is start from 12. And then 18, 24, and 36. Kind of like that. Depend on which product.
Gotcha.
Kind of stuff like that.
Sure. And it's demand, supply and demand like everything else. If it's something that everyone else is looking for, then it's a little bit harder to get. If it's less in demand, then it's either easier to get or it's not available because it's just not in demand.
Right. It's not easy to sell. Probably going to be hard to get. No, I probably going to. I'm sorry.
But I even love like going there to try new things. Like if you want to try like candies and things from China or Japan.
We got a lot
you got all
from Japan.
Stuff. Yeah.
From Japan on this
like I mean, occasionally you go in there and you'll find those like wasabi Kit Kats and things like that. It just depends. Some days it's in there, sometimes it's not. Yeah, the peas, wasabi peas.
Yeah.
But I've seen some of those, like flavors, like products that you probably are familiar with in America, but a different twist on it, like Kit Kats, but with a different flavor palette that kind of appeals to more of Asian culture.
Right now, it's summer. It's kind of hot on shipping. It's going to take about 7 days to ship. So I now avoid to have Kit Kat because it's cost so much, and then if it melt, I can't sell.
I'm about to say it's chocolate. So
yeah,
it's gotta be if it's not climate controlled the whole time, it might turn out to be not so
the
good.
dry goods come in the regular truck.
So things like ramen and your canned goods and stuff, you're it's a little bit more forgiving on getting that stuff here. Your stuff that needs to be cold or frozen or just doesn't do well in hot weather doesn't work so well here.
Yeah.
So very good. Makes sense, though. But please, come on by Asian Market again. Monday through Saturday, the market's open from 10 to 6. The restaurant is open 11 to 6 Monday through Saturday.
Yes.
Come and like I said, for your first time, come hungry, ready to eat and shop. If you've never been there before.
You better be sure that you're hungry.
Yeah. You come
better
hungry.
be sure that you starve when you walk in there.
Well, because you're gonna
eat.
It'll get you to try new things.
The main thing you got
Open
to try.
your horizons a little bit and try things. And try vegetables and spices and things that maybe aren't something you've had before, something new.
Maybe you can find something that you just kind of get used to it when you're
Make your new favorite.
Maybe you can find something new.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Absolutely. It's that's the thing. Make it your own. And so if you want to go crazy exotic, she got you covered. If you're trying to kind of turn everyday staples into something a little more flair or fancy, she got you covered there too.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, I probably need to let you get back to get the market open and everything. So it's going to open
it's time
here.
already?
It's about you're open in 19 minutes. So we probably need to get you.
Well, let me leave the phone number first.
Yes.
575-840-5309.
That's right. Sing it in your head if you need to.
Yes. 5309 still.
Call it.
Yeah.
But yes, call Asian Market. She can do the to-go orders, or if you're like asking about, hey, do you got duck eggs or certain things, she'll be happy to tell you all that stuff. And please, if you've never been, make this week your first trip. Come on in.
To the Asian Market.
Come eat amazing. Come have lunch today. She'd love to see you. Come and try one of those soups, or maybe one of her salads, or if you want to get elbows deep, get in there in some General Tso's and light it up and have some fun. I guarantee you're going to leave happy, and I guarantee when you walk through the market, you're going to find at least one thing you want to try or sample.
I probably have only 1% of 100% that walk out with empty hand.
Yeah. It's really hard to.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I wanted that. Oh, that's neat. That's handy. I'd like to try that.
At least they kind of, you don't have it this time. I understand that. But when they come in, I will walk out.
Well, they're regular people are coming in looking, and they're like, oh, it's not here yet. All right, I'll be back.
Yeah.
But some of those people still come, well, while I'm here, I might as well get a plate of food.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you could do fusion one time.
What's that?
Like mix, like take your Thai and Asian and make it like Mexican with a burrito or something. Like try just for portable.
I make burrito too.
Maybe like a
stir
fry burrito. Like we loaded up a stir fry and put it in a burrito wrap.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's why I don't own a restaurant. She does, but that's all right. So thank you, Nook, as always, and appreciate it. Folks, trust me. Come on by, visit the market, visit the restaurant. You'll be so glad you did, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the head. She's like, why didn't I come here sooner?
Yeah.
And of course, Nook is all about the community, always helping. During the pandemic, she was out there giving away jasmine rice to everybody on the weekends there with the heart of the pandemic. Asia Market is very much a part of this community and very much in the fabric of Roswell. So come and experience it. Experience Roswell Thai style.
Yes, the new slogan for Roswell.
Roswell Thai style.
Yeah.
I like it. Very good. Well, thank you, Nook.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, I got to get some of that soup. Now we're talking about, I got a hankering. All right, it is 9:43. Let's pause for news. Quick break and all that. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. An online petition that calls for the removal of a teenager from NMSU has now reached 25,000 signatures. 19-year-old Alexi Treviso remains charged with murder after the discovery of her deceased newborn infant in a bathroom trash can at Artesia General Hospital in January of this year. Organizers of the petition had originally set the goal to 25,000 signatures, but they've now raised that goal to 35,000. The petition, though, has no binding effect on university administration. There is concern over the closure of 6 fire stations in Eddy County, but Fire and Rescue Chief Joshua Mack says the consolidation of assets will have no effect on service to the community. In May of last year, county commissioners approved the creation of a full-time fire department for the county, and that caused most of the rural volunteer fire departments to fold. Mack says he's confident that the redistributed staff and apparatus will adequately cover the entire county's needs. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
But now they're talking about third-party angst, and then you have this, this no labels party, and a lot of talk that people like Joe Manchin, Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Lieberman is actively involved in this. Remember what they did to poor Joe Lieberman? They challenged him in a primary in Connecticut. Then he ran third party, and he won in Connecticut. David Axelrod pointed out Biden must decide whether he can complete the job, first of all, and then prevent a Trump presidency or step aside. Now, that's on top of his critical remarks last week. Let me tell you, David Axelrod is a direct shot to everything Obama world. And by the way, Van Jones, same thing.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Maybe a little bit of rain coming up by Thursday, but for now we'll stay sunny and hot. Afternoon highs will be in the upper 90s today and a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear down to a low of 60 and then mid to upper 90s for the afternoon highs on Wednesday, and we get sunshine. For Thursday, an afternoon shower or thunderstorm possible. We'll stay in the low 90s, back to sunshine on Friday, mid 90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. On the heels of a revised 2% gain in July, housing starts tumbled just over 11% last month. Also falling in August, building permits, they fell close to 7%. The leader of the United Auto Workers Union says a limited strike targeting plants in Missouri, Michigan, and Ohio could be expanded if serious progress toward a new contract agreement isn't made by noon on Friday. Instacart has priced its initial public offering of stock at $30 per share, raising some $660 million for the San Francisco-based grocery delivery company. Foreign companies operating in China say tension with Washington over tech, trade, and other issues, as well as uncertainty over Chinese policies, are damaging the business environment, causing some to reassess plans for investing in China. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Hey, this is Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's worst nightmare. You know storm chasers, those out-of-town roofers that descend on neighborhoods after big storms. They come in, do a crummy job, then poof, they're gone forever. Well, a few years ago, our area had a hailstorm, and right on cue, storm chasers showed up. I was driving home from work one evening and saw one talking to an elderly lady on her porch. I said, "Not today, buddy." I did a U-turn, pulled in the driveway, and walked right up to them. I warned the woman who they were talking to, and I chased away the storm chaser. The woman's daughter called me later and said a storm chaser ripped them off a few years ago. She thanked me for stopping this one and chose Trustmark for her roof. Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's nightmare. Every homeowner's champion. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring and roof gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to two amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
Main Street Roswell presents Chili Cheese Fest 2023, September 22nd and 23rd. A two-day celebration of all things green chili and the pecan and dairy industries that help keep southeastern New Mexico alive. Complete with green chili stew competition, pecan pie competition, ice cream eating contest, Southwest Dairy Farmers milking demo, vendors, food trucks, and live entertainment throughout the weekend with headliners both Friday and Saturday. Chili Cheese Fest 2023, September 22nd and 23rd in Downtown Roswell. Sponsored by Leprino Foods, XL Energy, Sparklight, Farm Bureau Financial Services, and Keep Chavez County Beautiful.
New Mexico can be safer, and we can protect our loved ones from gun-related injuries when we lock up our guns. New Mexico has one of the highest rates of gun violence in the country, with numbers nearly 2 times higher than the national average. But safe gun storage is a proven strategy that reduces gun violence in all our communities. Protect New Mexico by securing your firearms. Visit safestoragenm.org to learn more. Brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Health.
Let's face it, guys, we're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, That's aftermath.media.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:53. Got a few minutes here before we wrap up today's show. So one of the other things, obviously, that's been in the news in the last 24 hours, and I'm scratching my head on this one a little bit myself, is the whole we lost an F-35 thing.
We turns out we're a little too stealth for our own good.
Well, they found it. It crashed in South Carolina yesterday. They found the debris there. But they lost it for a minute. And now this is where I'm a little confused. And this is because my knowledge is not up-to-date knowledge.
Sure.
I do have a little bit of background in this area. I worked, I was in the Air Force, for those that don't know. I just tune in, and I've said it 1,000 times.
If you're brand new to the show and you don't know.
Yeah. I was in the Air Force, and I worked on the F-117s, the stealth fighters. I was a weapons troop. I loaded bombs on there, and fixed weapon systems. So I know a little bit about stealth technology and how it works. But granted, that's from the F-117, which was created in the 70s, not in the 2000s like this aircraft is done. But that being said, I'm trying to understand how they lost the plane, because you would have never lost a stealth in a peacetime scenario, which is they were training or whatever. It was in South Carolina. They weren't bombing anybody in South Carolina. F-117s aren't invisible on radar. And I'm guessing neither are the F-35s. They look like something else. Like, if you looked at an F-117 on radar, you're probably going to mistake it for a flock of birds or something like that.
Oh, okay.
The way the stealth is achieved on that plane is different. That's why it's got all them jutting angles. It's designed to bounce the radar signals, where these F-35s and B-2 and everything uses different technology there. However, one thing I do know, there isn't like a stealth mode. There isn't.
You don't like flip a switch.
Yeah, you're not going in, and it's not like the guy flipped it to stealth mode and then punched out of this thing and said, "I don't know where it went." The stealths during wartime, we actually put something on them during peacetime, there's something on them called an enhancer, and it's a piece of sheet metal or whatever that's screwed on. It's shaped like a diamond,
right?
And it's screwed onto the side of the aircraft. It's painted black. But so you don't really notice it in the looking of it. But it's an enhancer. It's on there so you can see it on radar when it's flying around doing its thing. When we go to war, that comes off. The anti-collision lights, the little circling lights on the F-117s, they came off. When we went to war, we took them down. They took those enhancers off. Every little screw that's holding a panel gets buttered over with this. We called it butter, but it's a RAM, radar absorbent stuff, and then you can't see it unless the landing gear's down or if it's opening the bomb bay doors. Any of that stuff, you'll see it on radar, but past that you won't.
So you're theorizing.
My theory is they would have had if it's a training thing, there's something on that jet to let them know where it's at.
Right.
If that was missing, what the heck's going on? Like if they were in South Carolina and whatever, and now this is where if
they were doing an exercise, maybe that was the exercise they were.
Even still, with an exercise for safety, they never would have removed those enhancers and everything. Someone would have known at all times where those aircraft were.
Well, it also resulted in a 2-day grounding of basically every.
Well, because they got to figure out what is that a pilot error thing, or is there a systemic problem with these aircrafts that we need to go and swap out a part on all?
Right.
So the same thing happened to me as soon as I got assigned to the F-117s back in '96 or whenever that was. I got there to Holloman within a week. A stealth at an air show in Maryland, the wing fell off.
Oh, wow.
And everyone's like, hey, the wing just fell off. And so they grounded the whole fleet for like 2 weeks while they figured out
why.
Swapped out. Well, they found out why. Right. And there was some kind of pin or some little mechanical thing that they had to replace on every single one of those wing things to fix that.
That's why I don't fly. That's why I don't. Because of one pin can cause a wing to just fly off.
Well, in all fairness, if he was flying like normally a stealth flies, probably wouldn't have noticed it. But he's at an air show, and he's trying to Dukes a Hazzard this sucker. So he's pulling G's that plane generally doesn't do. It's not a fighter, despite what everyone says.
Right.
It doesn't even have capability to go subsonic.
Really?
Like it does not. Now, it will break the sound barrier.
Okay.
But if you look at the spec data, it will tell you it won't. Because it does not have afterburner. Because if it had afterburner, then it's no longer stealthy. And your F-35s, when they go afterburner, are not stealthy. So something's not, there's...
Something's during the Kool-Aid, right?
Something's not right here on that, where they lost it. Something's goofy here, and I'm not sure what it is. But...
Do you think maybe it's like a look over here situation?
It could be. Or they were doing something they weren't supposed to and got caught.
Right.
And I don't know what it is. But something's not stirring the Kool-Aid on that one.
I'd venture maybe it was the guy flying the plane. Because think about it. There's only a couple of times in your life you get the thrill of ejecting from a stealth bomber.
You don't want to do that.
I wouldn't think you'd want to.
No. You actually get shorter. Because of the G-forces, when you get pushed out of the airplane, for a couple days, you're a couple inches shorter than you were, because it compacts your spine. No one wants to get ejected from an airplane.
Just saying, dude, some people are into feet. It's a weird world we live in. You never know what people's kinks might be.
It's for survival. It's not pleasant to be ejected out of an aircraft.
This is the worst kink I ever had. I can only get off when I'm ejected from an aircraft.
Yeah, it's a deal. And depending on the aircraft, sometimes you punch through the canopy. Sometimes the canopy comes off first. You know, y'all seen Top Gun. You know.
Yeah. They said they found the guy. He's in stable condition. I guess discharged from here.
Well, he's got some splaining to do. He's going to be in a room with a lot of people, but who knows? And it could be a mental health thing. Maybe he that does happen once in a while. These pilots go off the end, and like there was an F-16 that crashed into a mountain. It was a suicide. It was about 5-10 years ago. So, all right, it is 10 o'clock, so we better roll out. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of your day. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Till then, see you. Take care, everybody.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.